and now special prosecutor wouldn't crack and come again a man penny now. Bebajo, or no, only 2 minutes or because of what Pamo. A you refer the man a year. Chief Justice, I can't crack anymore. Or you mean to establish their lawyer for the because of prima facie. Bebajo Baby told you say electoral commission. And the 2 deputies and a year special prosecutor. Aben Mwakasa a year fellas quite you for soon and crack and buy. Chief Justice say. Ocean Krata na kwadubo for the back there be any kwadubo for. One more one mususu say, one do one in the buy, you know. In Yina Sobia, any. A Chief Justice about to who's that? Name can say, a Torabian, some of the bar, yeah, can you? Okay, it's 2 ways so back as a JD, my idea. Bakono, yes, JD, and wash it. Make I say, there be on Amraquan so. It's 2 ways so our farm Raquan so, Chief Justice about to go. And I'm so much JD and one of the customer for Eden Krataba. Bebato Beccaso, I did. And Yamraquan so. You better come on every forward your channel for 020 1162 746 020 1162 746. No be twila besabona dodoge obere nambe bawa mesi dombe lolo sale sikekelile zabona do media sede makojo da mi ado producer Apena Frema Bankron in charge of the social media handles and all. Alex Entry, a studio assistant. Yeah, tell my copy said on Nabebo. We Jeremy the Amam offer that cabaret from Paul Manson. Nasa said the apostle for your Bible. Hey, Challenge says a Ghana police party, oh boy. Wonder why I walk on my police in the bride. Yes, supposed to for a chain crophobia mukuta we. One more your my dress or more bribe 150,000. One man, tell us to say, Master, I say Ghana police bear said Germany, dear. Ghana police bear said Germany, dear. I bear say US, dear. I bear say UK, dear. Ghana police bear say Canada, the enemy. They say police pass or by the bride. It's just supposed to fund rejected bribes. Ghana police for I salute you. Ghana police may say I salute you. They say bribe pass on by the bride. Share who do Bonia, Massa. Shesu do born in the Chiwa, Yadwaka Gudinamra. It would do born in the year. Na yet Chiwa yet to my ball quite do ye. Say, a young wife, who by Betty Bonnet, Aqua bribe police in the end near Massa. They say, opposed to former to a mufu. Nakawamu to a mufu. 85,000 5 cities bundle 10 cities bundle 50 cities China 50 cities can be enough 50 cities only say notes in their name post to fork bombardier who adaka yesikagu na police for bombardier hwehwe ni wura one more dia kwa komando Ghana police for my dey ate ya boy another American man ya adwen say won me ya adwen yo say won me ya adwen yo say post for asesa Enkane na obetwe Enkane Transparency International. Oh, the most corrupt institution. Na aban swehwe exams. Akwadani ebisano the most corrupt institution. Okwaka wo say corruption perception index. Na ya chiro A SMC, B police, C journalists, D pastors. No be okwafa pastor, yes wrong. Offer journalist, yes wrong. over police yes correct for 3 marks and they chemusado police for na rejected bribes na say police for rejected bribes and jai the one for when to form the and for to form oh IGP Ora Christian Tete Yohuno mechia we wie wa e so mran chane de aja o ma the bribe onye omu so obi sika da form a obi sika e da form o de kwa akoma mese me my drive we share police ni ena me ya ne say me man 100 cities onye na ode atomo enye say me di boni bi o mi ni boni bi ya ba me ya me twa say do ogina awiam na me du onam so hello osan your background police ni ba e wo kofo du akwan so na me ko bu nsu nyanse I'm so hello ohima J100 we na what they atomo I said David police ni ba na rejecting 100 so they better more hey Kale say the post na say so that's right boss for my dey was Muntu obia okay na be for the beba ha engineer Chubu si akobeba Sarah so na ye 50% plus 1 winning 50% plus 1 okay ono so bebe fia Haruna Kingsley Amaleba ono so representing this obeba engineer representing PP say MPP reorganization e kosa amafo jinam e kosa reorganization no they say ya kasa nyame adoma match mo wo mo sha say register member and this most of the na kosa Abrantie bi owa ya wasu East constituency oyandis ni or independent candidates your friend Omar Sanda beba cho womo apamo no every party no and it would right yawasu Easter yes so call independent candidate one more permanent and this for permanent free party no more krata we no ye ora fifi abekweti ono akasa na ne nsasha red for audio 0201162 747 0201162 747 Debbie na post for some na make kan ye to saying Ghana for mom ye nkoma ye mo koma akra nsa ma she me me interviews na say say won say post for asesa nowadays obo ye supposed for one more rejected bribes me akasa maka me personal experience dey atro police for enre ya ba beto dwa ye say na ne nansam ho baby ye post for a one more ba pro no man say boto bi da bi ade na nya boto e ya adaka say na adaka ni sika na hihye o wo mo hwe no ma tro fori bi din agu akire enam so ma post fuoi e fa adaka wo mo kan na sika wo mo 85,000 Ghana cedis titi sika no 850,000 850 million ana de na megike say 10,000 be your 1 million. There be 100,000 and 1 million. 85,000 be say 850 million. Na post for a tracing the pay. Now modia nisika akwa no. And no better than supposed to for akwa chain crofobia omusu we. Attempted to bribe the police officer 150,000. Now supposed to reject. Now same time you're supposed to for watching crofobia or mako we are gold or smuggle gold. One more you so more bribe police. 200,000 woma rejected. They say the promotions in the super hour. They say unsa police asesa ekosan ma ekosan ma ekosan ma me mo nkoma akra 03022579002 03022579002 and 03022435540 03022435540. So far, wosha ekosen wosha the rate yebete nenam news no mu police for rejected bribe eneya ba ku bia family so koko oma kwache nkrofo bi a da bia anye koko wo smuggle eye wi wo ma chechiri wi no e wo nakem wo mo post for chi wo mo attempt is wo be bribe wo 150,000 na post for rejected masa enya abasobode na ese ban polifoi enya abasobode na ese yede ma wo mo se de be se omun kuran even though say binum kura wo mu pa wo je bribe na ne aye nwenwe ne de aye titi enhye ye nkuran se da che ye policy ebe policy ni obo Germany policy ni obo Canada policy ni obo US even Greece mu amako Greece da no Greece oman Greece wo mu posi ebenya Ghana police sa kama 03022579002 and 03022435540. Beba choma hai
Champion McJerry.
Ama kwa ti say
Adomne mpa woni ahwe you.
Ye da nyame ase.
Ozo ho ye.
Nyame adome ho ye. Na de me kan say oh wa mo ye say Valentine Day no wan fi omo.
Oh McJerry. Ode enkechi.
Metio.
McJerry.
Yes.
We have been tiao. Na me nche watie fu ni anu waduma fu na me nche yewe ona wo achi eja akon be.
Okay.
Chene na smoothie. Na ge asema a wo ka no. Aye police adwuma no. Enipa ni buma omo bom mbodi eye adwuma ni yi. Senia mo nsentro fu ya wo tse wo McJerry. Ye ma o Bible a wo nje no. Ka na eti e wo police ni mu because nsentro fu ni bi tse wo McJerry wo say anya de obi timi de ska ato conscious e ma wo nka de wo be ka wo. Debi Debbie,
Charlie, Sikali de meji edi. Na mum se be ya de awopese menye ma on me ne asem no.
Magari unu se ebi ato asofo mpo, ye asofo konopo, papa wo na bone wo. Ka na eti o police ni. Police e gbona wo no. Ebu o ma, o mu ye gbona ye ade abo ma ne ho bane. Obi su ko so do ko peska. Ebi obenyi bia no, obeje Bible no. Because the air also ever Accra Hano, Magari, I am a assessment. A full police officer, at your uniform, at a sprinter front, and Loducano, no via, what in the commission, Nakana cop. But I can't get a
police officer, no, yes, I know. Massa ne pay for Huna, one best sanction, one best punishment.
The law school, the law school, a hot on their own station, police sprinter front, our Loducano. Man who was sick, no, I didn't commission. That is how the president is born. What is on my Monaco? The South put from the Asiabo about.
Okay.
So the mom said, "Oh, yes, I'm moment on the phone, woman, your Bible."
Medan say, Nana Mako Medan say, Papa. Meba Choma hai.
My Jerry, Navia for there.
Nyamia don't boko pay down this on your uncle.
Or down my wife, for the Caribbean. Yeah, and Patrol do Ashama, they maintain communication officer Ashama Muntumano because I know no Kayak can Casabu in Penifobom DJ and all come here dance and me and to a what, maybe a very fine. And you went to Mutanto.
Joe, now there Joe no be contest, no.
Some year, media not last minute.
And I saw the day so cool no post to.
I can't do Piamo Bianco contest, no, you can't. ABC Namika because if you yeah, me say. I am and I put for the beer.
Hey,
Madame Catcho, me say, Uvia, for IGP, but I say, as a one, Kago Kana, deeper said, then a lot to reap a put for you, and what check Kana, comment agitated almost finished jurisdiction, you know, what your marshal, you know, of course, you say, Anna, and you should know me, blah, blah, blah.
Tell now, and read ye 85,000 police if we at the comment, I was in you anymore. That is
because me say, I just say, as to what case now, consistent, as to what case I could say, and a person who be time because general said, this year, more can back me, more JHD. Coco said they buy Mark Tabe almost 1 month. Mrs. I read now, of course, I say, one movie command said, I just could say, Anna. Now, say, almost revoice now. Also, no, my back home, almost to shoot for PIA, almost no more could jam a food for me. So much,
okay. Also, Medas will be so more you anymore. Bamidia me honesa. My high.
Yeah.
Maybe I told you too, bra. Yes, sir. Okay.
My community, Matthew, my work. Now, my home by the mountain, you know, I'm important thing.
Amen.
My offer. No, we shall. My man, I'm if I say, call for the fee. India, I would have had money a day. Because
what's over as I'm quite
call for Syria.
Me ko Syria na me ko report to Ghana.
Call for obey international.
Mate, my crowd, why?
Of course, now watching a boat about this. We by nature, one that I mean, the amount, Mr. Montomark, I could be $1 billion on farm.
And one no,
Mark, Sammy, a man or say, you can get to myself. What is it for the two margins of my jack or my jets? A form for Mark, or Mubuya at the time you drive me. Or it was so not a fee, you will be people know if the sample wobble. And now I say, or driving lunch to the corner. You are not working not to set set in. I feel almost now found the one I don't want to into the criminal may better than it almost every form and the deal might get to about more for or more with your mad who will be a better. Yeah, because we will be yeah, and person make us
okay.
Police need it or say to abundance.
Okay, me da say enkoda no munyi na ombejai. Me ba cho ma he.
Yeah, nya me nya Jerry na won ti say na ewie.
Yes, nya ko pa do bako. Na won so e.
Adom ni ahwe yi. Me da say ye won fa ne won ne uti dwuma ama no. Nya ko pon hira.
Me da say.
Eben kwa benyani. Wa ma mi afenye Mami nchia me MP papa honorable Elikli Maklugu. Me say odi djuma wa parliament Yankopon Kano. Na honorable MC. Ejuma pa oya wo hu a odi hu adanse Yankopon ko so anhia ne wo nyina. Na me kan che do me kwa benyafo te medua. Mr. Osman AK Dedewa Abodi say ono no bitumi abo honorable MC. Na etuma di nkonim wo do me kwa benyafo. Na Jesper the my words is so incoming chairman on my entoman. My Jerry, me da say, I'm say police form about wa kwam na we hu na wudi omo dance. Na enye mi eben.
Hey.
Me no odie me. Me say me ma wa assignment. So and the police report there and tell me that say German and I say.
Oh yes, I know correct.
And the that's your view. Omo ma ba wa kwam no. Na wudi omo dance. Me no na na ti kwa benyanka te ne usu ti taifa. Who ba kwa benya wo to wan we no no. Dey bi obe branch afa kwa benya de no. Yes. Ewie bia ho no mbegina. So what you say? Udi small protest no mbehwe. Ntia mi say enye ba bia te na amako be kan ye no. Edidam. Te ne obi wo betima hia na ejuma gba bribe no nje no. Sa na em say police na ye. Because kwa benya be bia me che o no mo chipa. Get me sentia na ye search o pass na di yensa.
And as a police in search you on you iska.
Ana. Me say that's my na make a
Darling ya botre.
Assignment na me eben. Ma me dey mouth. E ho na obe hu say Ebia Obana Koshana, wow, okay, 100 or something. You will be officer. Me say, you go farm a proof, if you are in one never. You do some hold on my translate now, can this one, Obana now. I say, oh, now, for the being my infantry. So, and say, oh, the lucky one. I'm on make sure we are am I a discipline amount.
And me because
and I don't say do not time when I only say a banner that I want will yeah call to run about. Some amount to way barrier no ever police container. They say the almost said a moment to almost fire to the file about the or some young. If they say a honor with the aquashe. No, you did this, and then say, oh, you're lucky. Now, no person after because why you're lucky, and I did be a moon Jew. Now, the bomb of battle. Now, don't bet you. So the ember of the man.
That Benjamin is a Mabeka. And there, woman, Jimmy, I'm a warm about sweet. One more Jimmy, a Mabeka. Okay.
In the end, one about it, someone to say, when you're ready, so the bomb of Mancata demanded. And it's an intimate deal with you. And some more Mukoswa, Moon Jina. Eh? Another IGP about more moon use and no money about the end.
Okay.
The council until my human so mine.
Medan say Eben. Mamma Fadi on so Eddie High. My hey. Maza.
Now, my wife, Biama Kofu.
Meba so Biama and then me say on you no home, I will me fear. It is my channel inquire on your mammy. Inti Obiama she me fie. Me so she me fie.
Hey, what to say again? I'm not your mother.
Tell me, come on away, ya. And I go here. Why busy? Why busy? What? Me, I'm a kitchen. Okay, with you.
But Gary.
Yes.
Now maybe so. Police follow them. What do we follow more black one?
I'm confounded almost one more soon we or match it in the baby. Or more bribe 1.5 billion. What man?
Oh, and wait, yeah. First time in this blue.
Hey, and your first time, Massa Bono region. One more who sika, Esha boxum. One more who box said that quine. One more Fabia soon sika bundle. 85,000. One more you train you at the Aqua Commano. Was it first time saying? Nancy, I think Central Regional Gold.
The Amity and then I make us a better man, Tibunas, and yet the way I can't wear second. I will make a domazu.
Sir,
you mean you are the 7th beer, Babia, Ticado, Abia, I'm work, I just also. There, yes, I did as well. And then that police followed there. And I said, I give you more about it. You see, my Gary, where the police for it, you bring yourself, my Gary, I didn't say, who says soldier number? Now, who will say the woman soldier, police there? If you will be a man police. Now, can you say, and yes, how? Mr. IGP said, or pair, or one cutter, tell or no, dear, we are very intelligent man. Why, if you want to, why, I secret IGP be as some police anymore? I have one cock and canta, your being sure be na young quantity of company. Now we are conditioner and what to a honorable. Just here, police and give my normal, just here, to make a party of the police and make us what make that
Zamum.
Yes, because Yamabia, yes, I was now moving to me. Young Cassell Munyan, not been no more, yes, Philbia Mesa of Mebuana. And see a best say, one more we are talking of one in
because now say 80,000 and also one say narcotics smuggling. Now one more bribe police 80,000 police are rejected. It is Masa, they are more can just a mere perception. It's just a mere perception.
That police for no your money can as well book for Yambo Mabatu. Now, one more Mukano, or Muntia, no Musia, or Monsisa Musubai. No man, need the umbrella police Agimamu. Now, police here, police Agima there. Well, now we are come out, Yankupon Casacana Basu. Because
all right.
Mine who buy.
over by enti manya sadia no ye mo mumbo na Agyemapa
Me dan say woman so a tramadol Ashanti region police woman rejected 50,000 bribe so until the year cano ebia won say be neba bia na perception na way tirimu 19 na ya 50,000 bribe Ashanti region and also tramadol woman question crofo bi a nipa and tramadol yi e just say woman kura mu ani okay my enfado di high beba so maha
Mark Jerry.
yes sir
Mpacho well near Astori Benny kwa bukuru wa dishie.
Astori ba yetio.
Kachire gado say. Oba ise wejai no. Wo sori a wo bise bisa na sisa aden.
Wo di eja no.
Amedi hu amenti ase already no wo yire mu miensa dada. Enti se ba ku.
Eye hwan gado no.
Gado yire mu miensa. Na anu bi bro nyame ne na de mu call rounds.
E ko tete ma na yire nom.
Na yire nom miensa.
Na kuma ebete.
Ayi pachonya kwanya no afre mame abrafo su ya so makonya nkwanhia kakra wa mame
oh za
asankare kwan so last week Saturday but nyame adome ne de
okay my friend
minchi aye wurabo ache ejako MPP na incoming national chairman o see incident ni see police for the copies kabisa he pasa
me bacho ege bono region
unse bono tete no ene nyina ye keka se ya ne low ho
yeah ready but Charlie
almost through me ba man kase me chiro ma police for na ebo ye ho ban a da bia ye bom pa ye mom hwe me ko trouble bi o domi station ho ko didi ye na police bom you know timi nchan na ba ko ka kire na yonko 6 months ni on call bank o magero to ebusumi bia kakra you rather spread betum sa di ko yibi
da bia anya se me ko yibi sika no beto ma na ahye
good or catch that down for no near dog no mu dio common you pay attention 6 months on call checking account sabanye twan ko sabanye twan ko nyande o beye 8 months ago na say ko 1 year 2 eben be kan assembly udu dome market police ni bi obegina ba bi ton woman no woman tintia ye pe so begina kwan ho ama driver ni ye machine nti no nyina ba bi eseso gina no police ni tite wa boss adakabre every bi obeye show police ni free da bonnet ni so e ma driver ndi ni ko speed answer a police for no me police service ni bi sha se agi o mo bribe say obi person ko police ha sabi is alleged aju ko tua sika ansan wa ko police no e firi ho man yen she danya police a wo suro nyame say obeye the right thing obejew ye nam ye hu okwa central oba domi crossing ashome state kwan musuku bebe be kan ibranwumra traffic achi wo ho divi no eso mu bio mu boot epeja city ase hwehwe no ye bie boot na pe akwel said o mo gi na asenya na kire wo enti police won ye wo papa wom na mum dodo no ankasa na esai papa no enti se we mu mienu akohunu sika twitwiri die no mo de aba me de me gidi ekse me se ho enuro wo ho eho no sabi unam na o tade di rofo a fama nyame ni ho te sakra ni kuma nya se me fe omo enti ne mo fa no mo de ko magari police mo system we mu die mine edin
okay
police for nko
ayo
e bia so be pick institution bia o be ba wanum wan kasanka be ba num electricity for pia on be ba no musika chain wa ye djuma wo we enti o man ni
okay medan se mame va last one maha
me do so ka actually dia de pa Mike
yes sir
me ba me ma wa ha me do so pa di mo de ne Mike mame chia ya anti Ghana fans
okay
go for first vice national MPP na fe so honorable be so akonsin national organizer na honorable be board so for chairman jeff is still maintain na Chris what is also for each organizer Mike would you free Bofa Junction son Bofa Junction
minimum papa
aha that area what I'm thinking no Bosme from this you know pass ma would you free Bofa Junction e de ko CS ba capital now call Brofred e ko bring ya pesa no to work ko be kwa no because ko be kwa very sure because when I know where the fight when the man say na the sample for one man ko be keep Bosme from this way now we are our police no open in batches and then once one ban in batches it is a obi to ma say They say, be only be a Namaku Casamano. Maybe a year of fortune a check I think that's so we a man of brightness 1 year. And what I say, when we say improvement, you had here, then I'll come in here. Anybody is sharp here. The moment I tell you, send the market with you. Yes, no majority of them, Mike. The husband who told me 1 year because you're coming one way, just was a to one broken man and 2 to 1 multi trim. We are now better now. Who tells us to step 3 day? Who met you? It's a side often the station crash, they crash, and so far, they from Wow. And you from quantities or still or shares or some police, everyone with the air. And no man and you could crash, the hot of that time. What was the air time for Mike? Money buses.
Okay.
No, when it's still say, he won't share out my mind. And I see, I mean,
Medas say. Eti for near for Ghana Police Service. It's also the rate. Share story way just 2 days ago. Oti region. Police for massive narcotic smuggling. Reject 80,000 bribe. It will share. Also, the Ghana Police Service has conducted 3 intelligence-led operations in the Oti region, intercepting 1,696 compressed parcels of substances suspected to be narcotics and arresting 7 individuals. Eti woba baby ana womo ema bribe na. Says halfway 80,000 Ghana said aha. Also the police statement explained that after discovering the items, Amrado tried to bribe officers with 80,000. Amrado na suspect no. Ana anya Amrado musician no. Anya Amrado musician but say suspect na omoche no ni din no e de Amrado. Aha. Eti Amrado yi a omoche no Oti region the make is Oti regional 80,000 police for rejected. Police for Ashanti region dey. Yeah, Ashanti region dey ni o. For police for more money on. Yeah, Ashanti region. Or say Ashanti region police reject 50,000 bribe. Arrest 4 over major tramadol bust. Ashanti region 50,000. And a police for rejected here. American agent, a man and no more tramadol. A man a well so enti asamni ye ka no for the bini bom mo de o mi gitum se ebinom de ebia wo mugu so ombe so mo se adwuma no ene ya the police have rejected 150,000 bribery attempt, arrested 2 individuals and intercepted Sinotrack tipper truck loaded with 3,009 slabs of substances suspected to be narcotics. Where she see was sege akpela sege. Hey, sege o Greater Accra. Sege e go see here. Police have rejected 150,000 and sent 85,000 the Ebunu region. Omo who said that from Oma hwe ni wura e dey akoma no. Me amesumi die police ni be ya owo eye between Kofodu and Bunsu wudru krekra the same baby a police barrier way sushen me ma police ni 100 cities wanye o say there be o hwe me no me ka ni mo ye we no o catch us okay you can drive no say me kwa na my careful keps wa kwan no so enti me dem ogidi say that Ghana police ebe say German 50% plus 1 mahe
yenia
et say
yamiadom
50% plus 1
yes
now what did you say
intellectual revolutionaries
I just say they say my revolution take place
yeah
50% plus 1 intellectually na kind of an yet say no man say even yenua your friend Kwesi Taylor ono no da a year 50% plus 1 intellectual revolutionalist and we no ye no organization na wate na just order boa magana for yetimi ate amanyofo asi yie ne ye ba omo ndaadan enye ne za
ono
Kwesi Ghana for o hwe se dia na no makwa ne ye nte ase wo no ma bi mu a na ete say
Eddie because
Abe microphone.
Right. Ni say the interpretation of the English to our language by universal understanding of how the phrases are no yentiasi. Yeah. Nti obi kan brofo a asam na o kanankasa no yentio the lyrics no the way I pronounce na de no na eyenfe. But we share yen memuso a obon say culturally yen penifun the way omotete no you say abebuo any asam nkyase no ewom different nti wudu ohine nim kwa no keka asam etumi ka say ohine nim yen kasa asam
yeah
ba obetuna ka asam wa abonten but ohine nim no yen kasa asam nti mamihwen say we ye MP we ye president we ye CEO na se BBC na obel address on mine no a o say we ye sure say wo kasa kire entire 35 million population. 35 million population. Oni say we ye wadwen say ye nyina ya adwen ye baako. The interpretation wise no different. Nti you bon say Yesu obi say na suafo say amanfo se me ye hwan. Esuafo no mo ninam no. Look at the interpretation that came. Obi si we Isaiah, obi si we Elijah. But when the actual interpretation came, say we nyame ba. We nyame ba. Osi on you our bird. Nti ye hwe sa nyama na ne hu say no, ye nti ase na wo ma ye ndru bebe osi ye dru. Cause Ghana for ye very brilliant. Now from the foundation where we are coming from no. Na wiase nyina bebo shia when you talk about economy. Obushia wo Ghana Empire. Because then say you be trade gold, not the whole world. Who say we are the richest. Ninti yem penifo na no mu trade gold no. Omo he. That time no when you talk about business or economy, sanko for nti omo anwo bia mu ndi omo echi. Only tell me say no. After going all round, me call Ghana Empire, Kumbi Sala, Woodagos and baby Ghana for your first Sikaso, Ediba Wagadugu, Sankase, Ediba Besi, Mankesim. I'm so no, we have lost a great thing. That's the adjodical correctness, you know. Yamfa and share Yamfi penny for no. The history, into 50+1, I be to say, life in general is living intelligent from experience. Then you share fear and now. What we can some kasa we do tinefie. And some be ba
so we have to live our intelligence from experience.
Yes. I didn't know more Ghana for a good Ghana amount for future baby shia. Amount for future ebe bushia Ghana yen abekosam na yen intelligence. South African penny for bebre wa school Ghana. Inti saa nyama no wo hin. Could you agree? Look at Akin Ferguson. And your brain or drawing a map. It was our own Akin Ferguson. I know to me, look at that year as a draftsman. Or call round, or try your map nina see. Or can go in Abesha Ghana. The couple say one co school, but also situation ordinary sika. The man ko for momo de for shape or ka ho what kwa brofo hin no kan na e de no brofo na I offense asresam yes I see the bungam but I didn't see I see the usukumbo but I didn't see the bungam na ye gi ni but intellectually Ghana for and him fan ye na ma ye bedu say are we living with the intelligent and now say we have allowed the political governance to take over. Instead of intellectually, you but demonstrate the whole world. Mama behind. Abibia Meka, Ghana ni ba ko share Caribbeans. She Ghana doctors or much muko. Ghana ni ba ko. Nti 50+1. Ye didn't say you be interpret nyama ekoso. Emma ordinary Ghanaian atias.
It's me understand it.
Yes.
It's na Yebeka Samanyophobi na no mo de brofo ne daada yen ana.
Amon kasempo no. Wuti ebinima. Ye fese or ye politics. But intellectually, calculations na no keka no nti bibi tire cocoa prices na di metra ho a me bon to me ho eye me ya
eye cocoa nsam na ekoso
cocoa nsam na ekoso
adan na oboye wo ya de na esi
wo share 2024
yeah
cocoa price was 10,000 per ton wo calculate here na say every bag bia no every bag cocoa bag 16 bags in a ton no
yeah that's 64 kilos no
64 kilos no 16 bags na 1 ton. We calculate here say 10,000 no ye 1 ton na ye ton a. No just say every bag you buy is $625. $625.
As at that time.
At that time. Now obia be more 3,100. That's stand in this thing dollar equivalent, you know. Now just say almost $188. $188. We apply the pakuno OJ
dollar rate in this.
16.
Yeah.
16.48.
Yes, season no more.
Yeah,
2024.
2024. Or 16.48.
2023, 2024 cocoa season.
No dollar rate is 16.48. Into 16.48 na say pakuno kwaji 625 per bag. No more 3,100. It's just equivalent no more $188 per bag. $188 per bag. And then so mid of February,
yeah,
cocoa the maximum market trend no. 3,800. Let's say
900 and 800. Okay,
800 point something. So let's take it from.
But they have $3,009.
$3,009.
Yeah.
$3,009 per ton. No. We calculate that. Not just one bag is equivalent to $337.5. Hey, $237.5.
Yeah. It's what the time said to say interbank rate now.
Not just any pokuno almost 335. Hey, 235. Sorry. Obi kwaje 625 or 188. No, obi kwaje 237.5. No, almost 235. We say need the news.
As amum.
Yeah.
Sunday say your analysis no.
Yeah.
It's not as a buy with decision on my taking no. FOB 90% no.
Yeah.
That is better than the previous.
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
That's the reason. Obi kwaje 625. One more even 50%. One more 50%. Maybe small cocoa board. Because business is about what you sell. You bought it and you sell it. So returns, that will be your profit. It is a cocoa no, you turn 235. Now you turn 237. How much are we using to manage the workers on more cocoa board, you know? So among 90%, that's why you was talking about 90%. Now obi akwaji 625. Now among even 30%. We say on ayadi. And the same offense the percentage of the money. Who kotonyema aboarding. But say ani yakona what so transport to swa yati tomatoes so and the ebo nsem. But would there na ya more the higher price to manage the cocoa no MPs ministers omunyina ekesa against cocoa.
But sir, the opposition for say abemu pay for the among yourself. Did they have to fulfill their promise?
But what
intellectual revolution? Ebem
intellectual revolution intel ye chiremu no. Open what I say. Intel ye chiremu no because sesiano idea, that's why I was talking about life, living intelligent from experience. Uba bemu no na etisay. Uba purpose say uba ye Ghana ye and that's uba your party ye. It is a way you obi a wedi minister da. You have a responsibility to interpret some of these things to educate the farmers. Say I say we educate farmers, cocoa farmers no. No munyo your margin say okay, yeah the cocoa no ever call the other country. I was very sad. This was it this morning or yesterday. Obi kase Cote d'Ivoire for what was true. Into answer, you are trying to you call something knowledge engineering. wo manyi pako ni sa adwe no kwa na wo de hye ne mu wo de hye ne mu nti Ghana cocoa no kofomu a what are you going to do wo de hye ne mu so botumi de akoko di bu akoton ye won same way en Kano public as a minister as a governor as a CEO what na ye de sika etua woka
but we say abakwasem no so ne aye kan say cocoa prices yi ye nyina ye nim say adwaman so no aya na nye stable to de betim ko soro pa na aban na nyamfa so eto de bi so eba fam but the west aban ne be say on tumo obe maintain the same price na aye price review committee no no mo de aba say okay this time say they are into maintain but say o mo teso no so eno so akwa bibia wo ho yenya aye plan na mekai say between 2014 2015 say NDC forecast say na wo mo cocoa board wo stabilization fund bi wo ho a na kenu na be di say adwuma we but wo mo kire say MPP buy no man ntimi am manage so what do we do say adetire say yet so but rather no yen ka say ye be maintain price no na daachi bi no say emfasodie bi so be mu a price surge ne ba aban ne the same faso na kwa akoshe ba bi of first can so ekwafo na say
that's how we're talking about intellectual revolution. Time I yet ton 625 per bag. I woman ni pakuno 188 no. Sasi kano abosono ya de to hin. Sasi kana abosono. That time so demand no e was low. Because in every business when the demand is up now the prices no e cost low. Into see who said time prices no cost low. Na consumers no the end users no omunim say debi cocoa hu be scarce nti nkofo bebre yes omu tobi e de eguo nti se na wo in stock wo in abundant no eye din so mesen be demand ba me hu a me hu say Minister of Finance oye ade ne say obehwe so obe maintain price on ntumi nto na wo cocoa begu o shares e be say no adentina on so in such a way say obetumi ato efiri ho senia wo na wo ye farmer no wo benya usika na wo tumi de arani na mposika na ode mawo no compared to the dollar that's the selling selling way no compared to
exchange rate
the exchange rate no compared to it no he is giving you 90% instead of the more 30% na 70% no Ghana ye de den. That's what 50% we are asking. Wo kokoton ade okoton no inflation oba hu ne 70%. 70% no utumi discount to as a cushion. Think by this time here you to cocoa then you do business with it. You fasika into ho. Ghana fu yentie you fasika into. Sika eba you have to invest with the money. Into 70% now 2024 2023 2024 season ye nyan no dey na ye dey what was the investment yakobo bosia na ye dey nti whenever the benefit comes now the profit comes now ye dey kotua ye bosia dey adwuma na ye establish another way ye dey sika no ye dey ya na cocoa roads na no keka nyina were they able to construct all the cocoa roads.
Dia wo kan say aban no steps immediate steps when we take here no is in the right direction.
Yeah.
A bit ma bueku afo. That chimo na aban na kire 50% of cocoa beans as you process and which no I want to say for instance your cocoa beans ni bi wo ho a no enye yemfa nko ewiase adwaman so eno dey process na eno bi kra na yete say Dr. Randy Abe wo de ma local processing factories na wo nya muska or dey be koto cars for operation activities sa na yate it is 50% na ka na ye dey say ye de ko adwaman so na say seats na yemfa nko and dey hu say mu ha it's ye de ma half na wo de aye chocolate ni ade wo de amaye amienye bi yedi ena si etimi nya nchiremu ewo ho ana
intemika se sika yemfentu ho se onu na yede ma cocoa fancy industries no mu use a mfaso oba ho no ye ne dan. The end benefit, because when you talk about money is idea, energy, how to you put the idea and energy together. We bet you high the power cocoa to cover 7 so every day. One pound kwa bibia unyeska. The ideas now would be come no. Inti bit is a president say obasha say local industries no. You bet me produce the end product no. Wa have brain no. I was very happy. Cocoa na what the man Randy Abina no call for no. Or say you need a DH. Why na kasa of Kotoka? For operation ye day. Always Nisikebi obe free Ghana coffee seems say ye day kono. We must find a way to get the returns. And yes, I'm able to talk as I'm a police for me talk as I'm away. And yes, Sika was spent. The return were him for. Returns were him for. Only problem a young here. It's a intellectual revolution. We are not going to take class. We are not going to. We will interpret the whole thing, so that ordinary person or TS your bones and auto number who deserve your vote.
The opposition for woman number woman so dear. Woman say one with the microphone so the back for no for answer kasa akasana. It's just a quaffon woman understanding and because the guy the man as yet so dear. And I mean, no one say yes, yet so. That is a woman in understanding.
Oh no, munya. Yes, I no only understanding no. We call knowledge engineering. So OBS sir. What when you are so besel. But the way other Hassan Bafano. Wait me sorry, akasa bonu so asenso acheniska.
Na you infectious.
Yes. Unless it's your dear ekwafono. But so when you be more true mu say nimpa na o say ya ti usika so no. Okonya 100% no, onya 100% or more 30%. Na obi so ai since akoko price abefom a man your friend say edwaso no. Okonya no more 90%. So nkofo tuwi, why no your papa? We could 100%, me more 30%. Onam sa won tia senti wo bon sem. But se se na makonya the same fancy product na ye di kodwa so no. The same sika na ye to no. Me ben me more 90%. Wo se man yade. Mpocho wo tia se. Makoton ade. Wa ha so ade na ye se bu amini ko hye bebi na me ton ye. Enye small grade. It is in all over universal this thing trading. Me koton no. Wonam bebia wo bi se obi obeka cho se sesi an koko se na edu. Me ban no me say okay sika me konya ni o nti jiwe. Wo se da be me koko ni nti o. Me mo 90%. Nti me kwa no me di koko no koye shipping bagging koko first ministry na ho no CEO sanu keka ho no ahina ministry om ko no mutu amanaji sa koko transaction na menye kwafo ye no. There are people in between. Amuso osemiti omoka. Have you thought about that? Inti koko no wunya. Nessa member try, how will you get your money? It's better I reduce the price and buy it and get your money and trade with your money than to hold you up. Say me China koko no yetumu na ebedu $10,000 ma ba beto. Unim koko do sack do ebe say. Unim sack do ebe say.
Ye ka bibi fa ye koko syndication. Akwa say et say the local bonds. And ye de eto ye koko no eto say. A binary arrangements away. Dachim.
The local bonds no. We generate for him for.
10 years with the young call obi man so say kwa diska.
Na me we generate for him for. Sisia dia adwuma pa na Ghana fi dia so ye generate ska for our local industries. Adwuma ya ye nyina no. Dia ni ye gina so. Ye kese sadi na meanska. I was talking about how Americans were doing their business. Gold no, what you know. A natural resource. No, gold is undepreciated. Gold I appreciate. It is gold all over our land. Necessary. Yabako IMF akobobusia. Then what I was talking about, money, having the energy and the ideas to condense money, no, we don't have it. We only have the energy. Ebetimi akoya kobo bosia me bought 70,000, we bought 100,000. Then we are joking with this one. So why into some gold bond the ban? Why we can't keep our treasury with this gold so that the local bonds now work? We will trade with the gold and have our money here. Let me tell you one secret. Me ba na me pe me lose you baby atna. But what I say? It me shall say
Okasa oba ya o pa chese we free am no baby buy.
Me free am no baby buy no. Na me pe because I just wanted to live in a luxury way. Na my wife catch me say no. We were about 3 plot. E wo isle won ha. I didn't see a demand na e was so UPS for a beside dine wo fia ne abobom kokoko mo dine mo hostel. Yem fasika na ye de be see we no. Your friends see any apartment bi amount for betima rent. Into mo rent here. Sika na eba no. Abeye everyday money. Into betimi luxury dem be a person we see no. But sister we sika na eda ho no. We can so dey see luxury house no could do baby no want to be same via. And he finished careful forever. So we san call amanani ekoye adwuma no discover. Me trust me share the name so okay, let's do it in that way. I don't know the adwin ben or I say Joseph. Me so okay, lead the show. You be a host no. A day no madwin say messy no. This is messy more than that. Cause me say every semester biano menyeska every semester biano skababa it is say ano say for instance 2 blocks na mkasa nbesi ha na mde chance ya toso na ma ruase ma koda say onam say every semester skababa no is about 7 blocks and make me atena how. Do you understand? This is what we're talking about bond. So Ghana dia na ya sika you better to just say every season because your farming no, we cannot depend on our farming because when the farming product a broso every year next year to me the this year say na kwame nkoma o see friend say we ya mudi nyamagumi
a silos
no you better me keep within the season because you need irrigation system we depend on rains. So dear na ye tumpo ye keep. Say the dry season no, ye able to hold ourselves up to maintain the same prices. Ye nibi. It's when you talk about the local bond now, I ask myself question. Ye na ma profit.
I find your business can free.
He find your business can free.
Say na buy baby books in the matter. Well, journalists in the crib is a finance minister say, Yenya yenim de ekoso. Amanfo mu do musika ko rabon si mu a. Afi ko do baby, aban ne ko ba say no, afi haircut ekoko ba mu, enwu nsem bebre. And then you say aban we tuya be 10 billion Ghana cedi said ya ma bond holders you know me ade. Eti e be say na attractive so they be enough money locally. Na ide akoko ko e.
Ono me sumbisa. Say me share the system no. If I dive into the ideas, the knowledge expressions and other, you look at it, okay, what is the situational intelligence? Say no. So you don't just say it. You have to practice it from one end. Say an institution be no say you start with that institution. The one who said SARS institution way every year, this is how much you are getting it. Whether external trading or internal trading. Ne ye who say, okay, sika way, ye den, ye kosu ye basa. Adebasano, let's go we have a togana ye confessim. Sisi have no question kofu, wa bra, wa threatening kofu first. The same governor so, and yes, President Tibia of Algeria by Ghana president, Awabe Sinko. That's why I was talking about living intelligent from experience. It is a one or the Nisika Quakosha bonding. No cha, Ebiana Uka Caesars no on ye a Tisa Kufa Nedeno. obey scissors na olden time the telephone use no they become haircut. Living intelligent from experience. That's what we the 50+1 we are talking about.
50+1
Intellectual revolution.
Intellectual revolution. Na intellectual revolution okay. Who say now okay season. Said you queer. And I'm so na magana for be hu akoko da adwamu Burkina. Ekwan mu kwe. Eti abey, what do we do? And then they say yeah so mine because a man may atiasie say. And also no Ghana ni season no a half a call 6 months. The remaining 6 months na do omko Burkina and san ye to said. Meanwhile, the entire yentimi enye no afimuni nyina na yensuo because yensuo we adeni create dams excess water yenya na yemfa and do intosi Burkina ya wamo ken wamo se wamo no wamo fa afidie bia na do efuo no manpower including amana wombetu no wamo di nsuo agum no wamo di awota intoso no. What do we do as my
me ko Mauritania. Mauritania nsuo ni ho o desert ba wonim ne omaye omo tutu amuna no ma direct omo offense washroom water any nsuo omo use no ofie no omo direct mu eba early time no na eba or very rough in a mission for ye na keche won say muntu somb na mfa aboba any omo ahwe no nso omo ahwe na tie nim enfengum nti obegu sombu no mu a ansa no befi ahwe no mu ebeba baby a one irrigated way wono na sa semra ni other particles o mu a efiri mu na omu pH no abasro kakra omu ya desert fo omu tieye omu ye no sisi omu dua salad omu dua other way a ehye ni ntumi ndu ebu ha yentumi ndu ebu ha na me say Mali omo eye emo 24/7 12/12 the whole year Mali for chomo aden River Niger no obesi akọ Nigeria no mo adavet e dey akọ almost 200 and something kilometers from Segu me beka che say mumma yen daveti offense nsuo ya say afibi so Burkina for when your rain season was spilling off no yen daveti yen fon ko other places into nsuo nya begumu a ansa na nsuo bawe no ne wo nsuo wo different places instead of ukoto amuna say a dam irrigation system no and yes what to pipe divide the rivers no your northern rivers no it's more than the rivers in the south. Black water, white water, other rivers all when you know it's about 16 rivers in the north. Over south now it's about as if 15 or so. You know more rivers in now no also Burkina for we use our river because our water no fi Burkina no ba.
For sure.
Yeah. It's mun divert into other farming areas no. Excavate your musizi fi mines way. One phone call, one to me, one friend me. Me come lady, ye be two tokoni sa e dey for villages. So every village biara benye nsuo e dey in farming. Every village. Me say so kind 50+1 yes say assassin Russia for motor bomb where Ukraine no. From Cape Coast to Volta region. Black Earth no. Ye will be. Bibia ni wa wodi she from ember. And when den wo ho the energy aka ideas. And when den wo ho aka ideas. Yes.
Where is my Jerry? This man is NDC communicator and an old intro. Piaga and a diabe. But because you tell us on the background no or MPP ni na oye MPP ni. The background no. And I saw I this.
I'm calling this way. Meko first Afafranto.
So beko be real and
yeah, because only na first odin kan kase changing of mind and never Ghana. Only me the so changing of mind. Once someone you use the energy. But the ideas on more kwema unya home faso.
Okay, Masawudu Kumasi Bantama say the cocoa sector is currently under research. At this moment, not even Jesus can convince Ghanaians that they haven't voted for a deceptive and incompetent group of people into government. The propaganda they use in opposition to deceive the cocoa farmers has started exposing them. Regards to Honorable Sampine, National Affairs Vice Chairman Hopeful, and the okay, but that's it. We I am Masawudu Kumasi Bantama. We say be realistic, my brother. If you were the one trading, would you buy a bag of cocoa at 3,001 and go and sell it below the amount? It's only a ridiculous person who would do such a thing. Government must go beyond partisanship into reasonability. Also, it's one ananka 3,001 the amount is what here. Would you be happy?
3,001 now with the mano. That time no obia into cocoa baba form. Because this world, bibia ye kubiano or ye inflationary word near. It is honestly about more 6,000. Please, I'm not an NDC communicator. I'm an intellectual revolutionarist. Say also about more 6,000 now. I'm not meeting kind. Obia kwaje 625. No or more. I had 30%. I was 625 anymore. No, so be some more 60% and 70%. Yan calculate 70%, on do say 6,000 now. No, I want people to understand something. Say no more tono. No ni pakuna koso on more 60%. No one more 30%. Na me say me ba me more 60%. Na me ben ya ti ade no so. Intimi kopia bosia. Na with the Ghanaians they are sweating me fa me ma wo cocoa farmer. Na amanfo nyama oso munya hospital any offense other free we ya or say on mining no min twani nyina ngu na because by promise say memo 61,000 memo 6,000 plus 6,000 plus yan calculate offense e wo we no mu yemi say ho e we no mu 6,000 plus no say we free we
but anya over politicization tin and komo we aye say na ke you follow principle da na ka we nye assembly ba e bia you over politicizing no the then opposition the omo kan ye nti na nei and current opposition for also per say womo kan the same tet womo so tu omo so ka we same principle
why no obebre ordinary citizen
in Ghana ni ebebre
yeah
Ghana for ordinary Ghanaians
ebebre inside the yen chiro omumu na yen na ye first percentage in wasro no politicians do almost 10% to cry yen na percentage wasro no yen hu nia eye mahen because so akasa almost 6,000 plus now just calculate the 6,000 plus and it was 625 per bag now onya no na just almost 60%. Na se sia no so no wo kokko no gu ho na se meme kwa akoton no price na abofom na me ntokoko biemu a hwan no be chi aban hwan na bebre nti because education no and yet by speaking English is by interpreting the situational intelligent nya esi se sia no se ne obechiechire mu. I'm not going by the politics. I understand politics. I was communicating for MPP. NDC put them in your munko ABADA. But me sure ordinary Ghanaian ebre.
Ordinary Ghanaians are suffering.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't understand anything. Can crunch room. We are doing so obedi ekwafo kosi odi Michael akwafo nchen na obi su. Se nipa ko ne ti ase se minyam na ewo ho no. Minyo obi na oto. Na so oto 10 sacks a info mbenya no better sin say me de 10 sacks mbegu o na ebedu be say 1 year na obi anto. Who is going to use it? Ghana for the cocoa yeden. Ghana for the cocoa yeden. Ya can be o cocoa ho a eche say cocoa say wo de faha ebetua aboa. What I know about cocoa me use be say no. Eye me ankasa me offense secret intelligence. Cocoa pot machine wo krasi wo e de nson no e de ye adwuma. Na cocoa pot me yetwitwa no yeton. It's one of the best fertilizers. We have to dive into the current knowledge. Na yetchire nkofo no se no mba ya anka edunu ntwa kra no ebekofom yen kan kire mu na politics na we na be mo obia Ghana ni bia no on calculate 60% and now 6,100 or 6,500 from 2024 koko no bo no nhwe se ne omo kan no ba se sia no me kase obia obetumi agya nan so aye bibia mfaso beba ho no the person is more intelligent than to obia obedada nkrofo no wakoto ade no ontumi use.
Emmanuel Kwakuyamo say, good afternoon to you, Mark Jerry. Please tell the NDC, the scamming government, that the discerning people of Ghana have seen their deception and lies, and we are watching them come 2028. We will show them where they belong. Indeed, the alternative is really empty. Emmanuel Kwakuyamo and Eddie Weyabe. Where's McJerry? The lands around a dam which was constructed by Professor Mills is being graded by his own political party led by his vice president. Ewo ame here. Yes, ame here. Dam be why Professor Mills na you too. Is that the case? Onosonidia okay. Where is it today? The incompetent, disorganized, confused MPP has become the spokespersons for cocoa farmers after they mismanaged the economic miserably and messed up with the cocoa sector. Nana Bawumia-led government took COVID-19 levy from Ghanaians, which Ivory Coast did not. But today, the hypocrite MPP is comparing cocoa price in Ghana to that of the Ivory Coast. Never again to this nepotistic nation records. Mystic Wonder Avuko. In Sawum Aduwejiri. Akono the message way if you buy. And it is say the way out for cocoa farmer.
Instead of yebe koho, near the politics are koho no. Because cocoa is one of our backbone. Yan kono ke educate omu. Send ebe ya oba attract others na omo invest e cocoa mu. Since ebe koho near the mic bokusi omo so. Ni akase omo nka bibia omma asumdwe emba ye family mu. Yan kasa ni o problem with your family mu. From the ages ya year family no. So you depending on rain season. From ages ya year family no. Minister otumi kwetron ka say saadia won fa kokoo no fa magalamse fo yen hwe ye kasa
minister be na kasa
mpocho no ntumi kan wo we free yeso ba mese no
minister na kasa
obi a wa ye France we di minister da say kokoo farmers dey omo eyi be ma galamse fo because of omo ateso no a good finance minister no be say ade na me kwaye no mebo ka say inti ba education na ambam no education na ambam because won't you mama calculate me sika say na mbenya na me ba waka so ba me say there must be education ahead of this kind of implementations. Into education and kono se si o se omukọ no omu ni cocoa farmers ni kohia no omu church omu no omu se ye mo 90%, but obi a onye more than memenya no emo 30%. Omu ye nipa ombeti ase since ye be jai na we beka ba at the end no cocoa farmer na o hye no o su de ni cocoa kra no so o ti wi transport system ehano this aboboya no wafa aboboya obofa how many bags into a day no so about my 1,000 bags e da ba cocoa shares wo ebebe we a aboboya be call how many times. These are the things we should think about. Into say government ne say me be ye cocoa roads na say up to now yentumi ye ya o say here money enim go ase o say yen na yetum ye sie trase on yes cocoa prices no na kwakwa politics cocoa prices no wo minister anase MPP ni anase CPP ni UP NDC ni a obe cocoa fo ho ebe kwa akaye fonse bibia obe cocoa fo hu se aban no ombo no humadin pia no mem wo tumi a wode ebe chew anase se ye do be cocoa. Because governance is not about political governance. Governance is for the whole country. That's why Article 3 talks about that we have the power.
Yeah.
We have the power.
Sending you 2 million.
Yeah. Na 2 million wo da da me ancham nim 2 million ba ma. Say no mo aye o mo adwen. On be da da mo wan kasa wo the 2 million den ama. Look at what is going on. Elections. Hwe ekoso election mu. At the end, you know, what do we see? Sa aba na nipako no okoton ama. Oye mediator okoton adwuma na waye no e di amo. No so me kwa no say na ma price niti. Wan kasa so betina ko we say cocoa jadi man so no wako akoton.
We say
adwuma so no wako akoton. You have other countries, you know, when person make compares the Côte d'Ivoire, say we are talking about Ghana, how we can make it to attract the universal market. But see how mona ye call farms war instead of education, education, ye trigger mo to fight against the government. What are we doing? Are we governing country or we are governing political party? That's what 50% we are asking. Tum no mo de maw no we dey yet den we dey protect your political party, but without the country will you have a political party? Without the country I don't political party no one call offense Algeria and I say Morocco say ye MPP ye NDC inti yaba be shambra and I say the implementation be ba. Without the country you cannot form any political party. Inti Momo can anyway no 50% ya pa ho. That's why we are talking about intellectual revolution. Ya pa sa propaganda na we hu no ye NDC or ye hu bi. Asama ye ka no education ye nim se nkofo ye den etie. Omo mu tie nyina so eti ase. Say omo e project omo ho e wo 10,000 2024 2023 2024 cocoa season no ye turn $10,000 a sack. 625 no mo kase ye be mo 6,000 but wo kwa no ya teso enti won kase ya teso ye boboka enti ye ja koko to wo koko farmer na obi abeka cho say omo promise say no why can't you sit down and analyze things say me kotoko no me kono mo mam say ya metumi ede aye adwuma aye se enya sanfa sunu wo ho sinse koko no begu ho a mentumi nton mefa ye bibia adenti na wo koko fama no so no won bisa wo ho se enti koko adwuma ya meye den na metumi de aye obi so no de hwe ne mba ode ye wo yes no de hwe wo mba ba so obi ameto so obi ameto nti oye good say obete so na aban betumi ato no so enya usika me pese meko outside expenditures the way amu tutoto mu nyama na no keka ho me ye koko farmer but universal knowledge bibia oye 2 + 2 no 4 sisi 2 + 2 7
this is ana
me 2 + 2 obejatum
Debbie, is it an abijutum?
That's why universal knowledge 2 + 2 is 4. Inti says ya baby no, we need to educate the people than going yensu yensa kan mo ye be use as a propaganda. Wo so ba nyom so sa kan mo Ghana nya wo to a wo Ghana tie enyama bebe no mo kan sa on be ye NPP omu beka cho se na koko sika ayede a 8 years koko director na CEO na muka se omu edin kokot no omu ye ne dan omu ani na nam hwa na NDC bo muka se asem ye fi court wan and hwa che no wo a wudi echi a wutie magana hu as a political party ye di echi ye hu ne eti ye hu se Ghana hu hia ukọ baby a ye bi so free na passport dey na ya tro MPP ani a tro NDC ye bi so we MPP a NDC ye bi so wo fidie kro so on my dey na free mu wa ka se me Ghana ni ntima Ghana hu hia am wo tun aton Ghana e wo outside we have done it many times ya koton Ghana wo outside na yaba ntime sro die chi bi 50 + 1 magana ho ehia na yentum yen church nyama mu na Ghana fo ntiase na Ghana fo yetiase a ndem ebotumi aye o Ghana no obama wo so wodi dani bi anase enyama a obetumi aye no aboa wo ma bibia wo ye bia no akoso jojo.
Okay, Kwasitela ene yetene kano convener de ma aye 50 + 1 intellectual revolution. Kwasi so far by the cause normal we said that normal.
Oh, the bold steps now. Finance minister will take it or the tikoko so no. The man of 4+. Because obia anka political propaganda na no keka no. Obama mo akofesi kebi e wo baby e di aba betan ho. Wa bra e ho no so no e bia na bibemu yisika no ye sika no e de develop nkwada na omo ba no anase de develop bibia obeboa onban no but you take both steps me first can 10% on for manage cocoa board na 90% you for ma farm producers no it's a 4+. In every steps be take na say sia no omo hwe nyama omo try say omo ba practice nyama bi ho in outside refreshments so no very strong omo hu nyama other countries no omo ye nti they wanted to do the same thing here but mama catch on say omo start and san omo akasa ho living intelligent from experience.
Yeah,
our former president Nana Addo Dankwa Okojo akase I will see to that Ghana will go beyond what? Aid.
Ghana beyond aid.
Ghana beyond aid. 2 days time, no IMF.
Now Ghana beyond aid no kind no. That's the vision of the SNS. It doesn't mean say Ghana beyond aid. Can we live without aid?
Obeni.
Yeah.
Say menyona na mu say wona woma mensa koma no a wonim no kase sesia no menya mebro wa mefam ba habiem na minim se wobu no de ba ha no ondi na omma me survivor wo kase on fam ba habiem a bebia wo de ebro mefa bia mekwa kwaye ho adwuma bebia wo de ebro mefa bia mekwa kwaye ho adwuma because me jaw no de kwa me mensa enkoma no me jaw no de kwa mensa enkoma no nti enye nsem nyina na eja abonte aka Accra will be the cleanest city. Ghana beyond aid eno nkeka ho. Why can't you parroting is the most important. All the advanced countries, you know, omo parroting, omo ideas, omo hun say human interruptions, any education akosuye, and sana omo di ababontin abakase say na yepese ye. Now what I didn't one year offense said, then as a folk kind. 1 year offense a primary school for crown, one from Kotomu. No be job on Tiwaka. That's what we are talking about intellectual revolution. How we can parrot our ideas, how we can organize ourselves and look at the pitfalls of the implementation. Bibia wo ye bia no na aso ewom. Enti wo ya no hu na aso na wo de bedom a why is this so body dead? Na wo say okay, yeah competition. Obi obama 70 kilos do no, ya be man 1000. What 1000 a wo so kujino. Wo bebu mu ma ye de 1000 mo wa wo kwa the hospital. No why you hu adru. You have to practice whatever you wanted to become. Want to kujina UN for any wabra the whole world no they go with, and we have people who rule this world. Aeroplane yeso na ebenante we say die kire aeroplane tintin bi no adentina bronyi no otum de machine besi wono hu say ha oyer wa ha gold wa ha. They have surveyed all these things already. They have the drawings, they have the plans. Into company no enyamo benye contract na he consult those who have the drawings here. Not the machine besi o pepe Chinese in baba no or say phone say suhum mpoano ho suhum so mpoano ni ho gold wo ho now so o hwe suhum mpoano but no owo digital machines are obo say suhum market na gold here den ewo. So why can't we do all this? AI, artificial intelligence, is helping human effort. Instead of taking 20 days to do something, AI will assist you to take about 5 days so that you can have 15 days to do more things. But why are you operating manually? Nasra never say nyabro from bepe. One practice bibia, one parity bibia, no be ho. Accra the cleanest city. Ghana beyond aid. 24 hours economy. We say. Now you are coming to find a way for implementation. Where is your parroting? Well, say more say they are dealing with intellectual people. Sometimes me Trump someone say, what is the importance of universities, these technical schools and other schools? What is the importance of it?
All right. Higher need 100.9. Kwasi Taylor and then obey me guest and every. Or you the convener the ma a year 50% plus 1. You couldn't no. Intellectual revolution. I said you to me a year ye. A 10 no mass year to move this country forward. Okay. Kwasi?
Jerry.
Yeah, that's it. We
Muslim Dawasi.
Intellectual revolution.
50 plus 1. What to abokwana say unye 50 ne plus 1 number kan
anya de beko.
Nti any plus 1 no.
That's right.
50 ni de monfa.
A plus 1 no.
Plus 1 na.
Say be ba beka ho.
Say ye ba beka ho.
But yeah, that's it.
Akama akuso dasi.
That's right.
For your time given.
Yes sir.
It's here for Mr. Mo. Meshasro NTA for baby uncle Mark Jerry ni me fire.
I'm Meshasro the questions in the paper.
2020 na me aso me ho kafo. Joyce Amatela. We there be mo bia me body.
Yeah.
Cause anya wan kan twa antena Ghana.
All right.
Nti meda etie fo nyina ase. Ene me workers set Michael.
Yeah.
One side. Ene member mo store ho nyina me do bia ase.
Kwasi that's it. That's it.
Kwasi
tell an about kan ye ho and e wo di 100.9 convener intellectual revolution 50% plus 1. Yentie His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
are able to master our culture and traditions. The tradition of oratory and appellations has existed for a long time, and it's encouraging that, you know, our young sister here is following in that tradition. Thank you very much. Some of the things she said I didn't understand. The tree, the quality of my tree doesn't reach that standard, but we thank her. We live in a dangerous sub-region, and a recent incident has shown what the threat of instability and insecurity is to our regional integration and trade. As has been the tradition over decades, we trade amongst ourselves. And so agricultural products from Ghana are traded into Burkina Faso, and agricultural products from Burkina Faso, Niger, onions, tomatoes are traded into Ghana. Recently, some traders from Ghana went to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes, and they were ambushed in a village where they were transacting, and armed insurgents, terrorist armed groups attacked, and unfortunately we lost a number of our compatriots. Happily, there are few survivors, and so the Ghana army is arranging to medevac them from Burkina Faso so that those who are injured can continue to receive treatment here in Ghana. And so on behalf of government and people, we express our condolences to the families of those who were either killed or have been injured.
Okay. Higher needs 100.9. Na Omampany Enra Ghana tree crop. Jumedia a course no. And na Omampany no veli the vision, especially ediba the tree crop. Engineer entry Boys Yako, member of the MPP. What can I say? Engineer Trana, Memo Aquabade, I just say, Major Sada, Major McJerry, Major Joseph, and Aquama, and so on, no theatre can know him. He cried. I don't know this guy. And that's why I'll be trying to buy NDC for propaganda. When they want to be popular, they want to associate themselves with NPP. Why can you be NPP and speak like this? Oh, not NPP. Oh, NPP in the day. NPP in the day. One lawyer NPP. No lawyer NPP will behave the way he's behaving. But how can you come and say they and make this? Engineer, but propaganda, let me tell you. But per calculation, no, you know. Who want to say in class more? Because FOB price. Percentage wise, McJerry. Even though matters or not, McJerry. It is not about a percentage. It's about the decision to sell the cocoa at the right time to make money for the farmers. You've made a mistake. You've chosen not to sell the cocoa at the right time. And you're forward sales. It's supposed to be forward sale. They sat down waiting for the price to go up, and and whose fault is it? And you're telling me the Minister of Finance has made a bold decision. More decision for where? This is a wrong decision, no man making. A wrong decision. It's an absolutely wrong decision because the time that they should have sold the cocoa, they didn't sell it. 2014-2015 stabilization fund and this Fuja tour. I don't know mobile money you so now young we says how they the best so cocoa for Arsenal. McJerry. Because all the sales of also the abomo. McJerry. Say a one care no and na a bit me yaboa. Na etimi because you say cocoa. Please, McJerry. MPP came into power for 8 years. This issue we're talking about here, we did not see it. Stabilization fund for where? Was it not there? Were we not able to manage it? Did we see NPP government reducing the prices of cocoa anywhere? Did we reduce the prices of cocoa anywhere? In any of the years, we saw the same thing happen. The price of cocoa plummeted under our regime, and yet we saw that. Look, this is business. This time the price has plummeted. We need to find money to cushion the farmers. That is what they should have done. But Mufi said, "More the cocoa no to chacha." Nanka matna wanaka price cost. Oh, nya koto nya sika. Now, but no more kase cocoa. Ne tono $10,000, no. $10,000.
by that time they have already sold the cocoa ahead. And any time within the year, no price no cost right. One team can't say price now cost right this time. That is what they did when they were doing the campaign at that time. The price has gone up, but then they have already sold the cocoa ahead. And if NPP was to hedge the cocoa at that time, then the price was going to go up in the following year. That is how it is. Now they have propaganda. Matna huama mufi se ebo no betna ho atwen mo na makoton na manyesika na kamande mako diska na mde kitobia ma ana adena tiaba from the businessman out there is watching. They know that you have more cocoa, and for that matter, since you have failed to sell it at the right time, they will also punish you. They will not sell it. They will bring the price down, and now they want to buy it. If they want to buy it, they can buy whichever amount and then keep it. Cocoa yen keep for a year, and just a gold they go ho. Yen for gold en ho. Yen for cocoa en ho is a gold. Gold down to go ho if you do cocoa. What you go ho when you're in trouble. You don't keep cocoa, and for that matter, that is why the farmers have entrusted that powers in the hands of the government to manage it for them. They feed the farmers.
Okay, supposing. Engineer, supposing Abaina yet it's a forward sales woman yet. Now prices what yatum are drop it. So now what do we do?
The government should have found money. They should not reduce the prices for the farmers. They should find money and cushion them so that with time the prices will go up again, and then they'll find the money somewhere to pay off the money that they use to cushion them. That is how you manage business. You manage things like this. You don't just and this before they take cheap decisions. When you're in government, you don't take easy decisions. You don't take easy decisions.
Many didn't come and now pay on the morning show. And I now can be go to a letter, a free Standard Chartered Bank. I babonti an extra payments be a. But I just say a cabia mujato one. I buy the cocoa to not cocoa board.
A cabin
sales between 2023 2024.
Look, always you see, Massa, gold at cocoa. There's always. But listen, now go. But listen, come and sit down. You know you have time. Come and sit down here. But when you end this now, when they want to be popular, they want to associate themselves with NPP. How can NPP man? How can NPP man speak like the way you just spoke here? Huh, Masa? Mutu wana mu hunde monka. Cocoa no bread chasa yinka ye ton cocoa no. Matna ho man ton cocoa no. Thinking say price no ebe kosoro. Na nka mo de chacha na makoton. Cocoa yemfa ngu ho ema afi emesene nko because cocoa and this a gold wotimi di good demo enfie wo hakra ne go cocoa afi betwamu na se wan ton wa this o wi untimi nya ho hwe so that say cocoa no this o wi and this for cheap decisions and I'm taking when you're in government. Governance is not like child's play en fa nya gro kwa ba masa ko utimbe me obetra kanze unre bi aseme ko kwa so gold cocoa and this a gold cocoa one ton afinimu afi besene twam say you have caused a serious trouble for the farmers. And na matra ho am the cocoa bochacha mo hwe say ebu na kosoro and this for cheap decisions. Time mo ka say cocoa na ye 10,000 no that time na almost aton cocoa no ahead. So even if it was 10,000, a new contract was going to be signed. They were going to hedge it at that price so that the following year the farmers will benefit. Now mo dey politics say you mama you say price na 10,000 that time cocoa na ya ton no dada no yen san ko achire nka say cocoa na ya ton ya gisika no ana say ya sensan ho nkata no say dey almost 10,000 ti why you tell wo dey 10,000 bia no 2,000 na 8,000 bia no ya be ton 10,000 ma I even ka say we na mo dey politics say ya ba dey be ton 6,000 ama mo ba na say abom tri so no mo ko ton 6,000 me hwe mo tri so ana abo no mo ko na sa finance minister no me no kwa resign. If I were him I would have resigned long time. Uba is kind of pumpy dollar now pumpy good current in local ayimu and what they talk currency local currency no city no what the dollar no to piegu ho se be ya dollar ebe wa bontin na ade achia no aka say dollar ne bo no aba fom wa bra nipa ni sika da ombotom. Is that how you manage economy? And I think any goddamn person can do that. Any goddamn person can get dollar and throw it into the market so that there will be more dollars in the market, and then the city will be stable.
Sir, Bibi Sawo Hona Womaya. Sir, we share countries like China. More be more exposed internationally. We read one more history about Kwasem. Kwaya one more far so bejina woman so no. Sa kwan enye bi se bibi wo se ye be pompe dollar and ye dey stabilize currency inflation and am say ampa purchasing power wo from nti inflation no hit single digit na ye dey solve the economy na Kenya na.
You see, Mark Terry, you don't pump dollar into the market thinking say you're solving economic problem. You're creating more problem for your own local businesses. Because Ghana hano and nema ye produce han edonso ne dodo na ne coffee free amanoneba and na the moment overvalue the local currency no ye product na ye no Ghana hana ye de kwa amanonya koton no ne bo be ye den against those na ye de free amanoneba no anu nti ne no Ghana hana ye de kono ye ntimi compete with the coffee free amanon because dollar na ba form. You don't drastically bring the dollar down just because you want to receive praises from Ghanaians. And no my ya boy and someone say I don't know. Ghana force woman is got bottom. What the dollar number from ama then I cotton ya it just farmers omunye sika mu odu because sika ya di twa mom sesi e okwa abonte na cotton niema ne boni the same and then oma almost niema boabo from no me pese obi a ofa car omo fa Uber or Ghana ha no mon kan tell say a year ago how much were you paying for Uber from the baby or any baby now they call the piano? Some note here. It is about times 2. Today, if you're taking Uber in town, that and then I say, if you're taking flight from Kumasi to Accra,
flight they are cost Uber.
So why must that happen?
And
take the
Uber. Your friend said taxi.
Taking Uber ni boat. How much you're paying? Me now for be besame na say bia me fa Uber ma o first na bia 60 cities number 3 say and number 120 140 so that's it
engineer say and then what the use dia
no but no I didn't
because I know period
no I didn't know period
say yeah
and I make say no
say my yebi me dia me ye dia na me tu adada no and one about to
and one about
I had this period.
Okay.
Be about 4 peak hours in the mono. And I've been we say ever go so. But you see, I know Ubenya as you see 44.
But Jerry, me see. A year ago, one man no for Uber pano. Distance na offer no. We a year ago, can be 30 cities or 25 cities. And they at the same time, yeah, this short distance, what you have 25 cities, 30 cities. Who could you 44, 50, boy 60? Almost a flight. And then if a flight from here to from Accra to Kumasi, it was maximum 2,100. Boy, 1,700. What mean your flight? They say me no can say, about 3,000, who be 2,900.
Kumasi.
From here to Kumasi, yes. From here, from Accra to just I'm not saying just let callers.
Me na me say Sunyane na me say 3,700. That was
last week Tuesday. Yeah, me talk back one me brother ofi Kumasi ofi UK buy no Kumasi. Me talk man me free omo airport. Me two ladies am. O me nyina 1,000 2,900 from Accra to Kumasi. Why? Na ofi UK ba. Ofi UK ba no. Otia 600.
The workings of the government.
Na se full laba for moi. Full laba for. I didn't na say man no. Enye full no me nam so.
Cost of operations.
Cost of operation dem enti say mo se dollar ba from na say spare parts for boy den. Na say ni bo na conform. And the maintenance of the flight no. E just say ni bo na conform. Flight no ni full na ye dey nam so ho no. E just say ni bo na conform. Adenti na ni bo na kosoro times 2. Anu se flavor. Na propaganda sa and ye dey and nay cocoa farmers are just ko munye sika na mo come local market e ko third enema na local market for nso nye sika to botom omo so mo enye sika ma anu nti market for nso to no musu so that's it goes like that because woko na as a farmer no ko hwie ni sika na farmer na ono so kakra na obenya no odi akobo na fuo ho ka onya bi nko market o market nso na omo so omo te ho omo hwe so obi ba beta ade omo so meta ade na ade no e rounds na ye tia se na ye boy ho ama so abetena se me NPP no ye NPP ni o NPP ni be na betena abeka sense 50 plus 1 dey 50 over intellectual argument be no intellectual submission be pa no say Minister of Finance
no
was it Minister of Finance has taken a bold decision in this issue. If I were the finance minister, I would have resigned.
What would have been the solution?
The solution should have been that they shouldn't have waited for this issue to occur. They should have sold the cocoa ahead. So that's it. And almost turn ahead, time and none buono na a good price. No matter hedge the cocoa price. Ebasa businessmen now almost cocoa abruche they have already committed themselves. They can't just cause any trouble to bring the price down. So that's it. Man, yes, I don't know. Matna say, yeah, but power they catch the Ghana for the cocoa price. It was a buhane ton 10,000, a ton 12,000. And until more hedge, I could do 12,000 yato. Yaton, ya kunyesika, not just a communist gabby, no mabechedi. Nango ponso on this alert and you.
One more bechedi.
Now, oh my general. How can a farmer entrust this powers to you as government to manage this situation for them? That's what causes a mess we. Now I catch a farmer and say, oh, me person who chill, me too sick and I some the bronze. We said we
I buy idea to me yen she say FOB price 70% no be to America and yet good news
70% and the previous said no me no. Depending on
previously there
you see
I buy no question
and I make
a share car
cocoa
no one would do the be make for but this time there I buy no say 70%.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, let me tell you. What I don't know many come on here. A time will come. They will have to sack about 50% of the workers at Cocoa Board. Because if Moko has 70%, na se kodru brebi, na ebona ba form to the point say, more than 70% no. E koma farmer, mu workers kwa mu nyezi kan twamo. How are you going to go about it? How are you going to go about it? Empty. Oh, you good businessman. Oh, share the rate at the necessary. Now, also you regulate yourself. You regulate the way I will be checker. Ultimately, no fix. And then think I am going to market. Then I say if you need cocoa, it just $10,000 and it just a bag be a motono. Thank you, hedge or not. Do we have a control over Sadio? So I say, I don't know my idea, your mama, any NDC fire. The repercussion is that it is going to lead to smuggling of cocoa from Ghana to Ivory Coast. Because Ghana, they are 2,500. Now say Ivory Coast for normal maintenance price at 3,600. Do you want me to keep mine here in Ghana? They are going, you see, and this is what we avoided. This is what we avoided. I bind here say, yeah, Ivory Coast for na ye be ko jinatruo nya ka say if you necro. Send Ghana for beton your cocoa no sa na Ivory Coast for some beton mo there. Now, I didn't think that's a decision way. It was just a rash decision. And your mama and the cabinet, I think what they should have done is to come back, go and sit down with the people in Ivory Coast. And say, Madam Fu, and you say situation, say, na about. To say anything. Nankamunya Monto to 1 guinea. Nankamunka say, okay, if that's the case, yeah, to bear 400, and to bear 500. Now, Abuano, we have a parity in the pricing. Man, Yanesa, Mukotnas, Yamobabontas, Yateso, 1,030 cities. Afri Ghana cocoa for so. Ama Ivory Coast for so cotton as yams. Oh, that be Adiano, a temporary. And then Hensia, Ochna, Ebekosro, because a BSC pain. Anunti, yet, so we are maintaining the price of 3,600 for the farmers down there. Not so Oma take it. Not just that the government in Ghana they took a harsh, rational decision. It was so hasty. The Mama government should have met with the people around the Ivory Coast and Nigerians, meet them and fix a price so that we can have the parity. Man, just had the way. Mukotnasi within 4 hours now. Maba Monte say, "I found my yatim cocoa." So I didn't say cocoa board. You can I know to be say cocoa board. Somatic farmer for sika so the animal so cocoa board for music and ento so. And I feel them the kako yes Adam ko dada again.
No mo yan enyo.
Masa na sabi onyansa menom. The government doesn't have the right to reduce
but engineer untimika say nyansen.
Mami ka semincho.
One man
Mami shemu dem make.
Your words
no, Mami shemu ncho.
Muntiminka.
Can I explain to you?
You untiminka sa.
I get lawful.
want to make us as a nyansa beno. What the one woman ya one matter to salary.
Let me explain to you what I say. The appointees now, President Mahama appointed woman. He has the right to cause reduction of their salary. What I say. The Nipana or Juma Cocoa Board. Wafa through the civil service process. I employ no. So what will mismanagement? Nase ahono sikaba form nase muntimi managewa. Nipana or Juma ordinary person. The government cannot say. If you know to be a salary, so and I didn't identity Ghana need be a salary, so because every Ghanaian benefits from cocoa. So if you are reducing the salaries of the workers at Cocoa Board, then every Ghanaian worker should have his salary reduced. I didn't know Cocoa Board from Ghana also. Sir, President, for me and son of our point to the CEO, the two deputies, the president has the powers. Nana go for the time. COVID by all the government appointees. What will be a salary, so me boy? Okay.
Yeah, what is so?
Yes. The government can only reduce the salaries of his appointees, not the people who have gone through the civil service or my through positions or to say or mismanagement. That's a cab fear was say homo yet I had na sinti. I didn't gonna need the salaries because every Ghanaian benefits from the produce of cocoa. The product of cocoa, and then a boa Ghana. Man, I don't know me. I say we buy na me 200 million say Ghana krano. The biggest producer of cocoa should be the government. The government should own the biggest cocoa farm. I don't think any cocoa farm out Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah time Epum Sabri. The government should own cocoa farm, the biggest cocoa farm, so that then we can use a similar thing. They manage the situation like this. So okay, government and say after all, we are also producing cocoa. And the ordinary farmer na wabontino. Ono na ne de no so be kire na ene aban ye de we no kwasha. The government should own the cocoa farm. The government etimi oni etimi ya Ghana etimi dua buro government nko dua buro dia. Ade na cocoa farm there aban ne bepom nei etimi dua bi. The government should own the cocoa farm. So that's it. And to me I think say adia aban we no a total mismanagement, and I think they are taking decisions without thinking deeply. The ordinary worker at Cocoa Board should not suffer for the ineptitude and incompetence of this government.
All right. Meda say need 100.9. Amalba transfer. Amalba mema kwa beto say.
Papa J.
Okay, I'm not bako. My engineer enfa this fresh story. Na afie memra so ho. One communicate from the presidency.
I have seen it. The EC
is special prosecutor.
Special prosecutor but
there be and say a petition. Baako special prosecutor there.
Okay.
Baako electoral commission no any the chairperson of the electoral commission.
Okay.
And the two deputies.
Okay.
Inti nimienu and our president referred to the chief justice.
Okay.
And Akoba said no prima facie were established. It is for that matter as well the two baby.
Yes. Macjari, so Bekaya, what video ya so. Na msemeno brother Pani and the program and that issue we buy. And we made analysis. My conclusion was that this issue will not end anywhere for those on my petition. Because so can in Yinaso no mujina so na. Sebi na ababianim. Because nipa or petition say yam pam easy for me and sano. O si ebrebi twa mu na oye adwuma wo easy ho. Ena okoye boni bi na ye reprimanding no and say ye suspending no. Ena okotna fia nti oba ye no na respected man no na ye mfa man no sa enu nti he thinks say because of that nti o ma abuse no ne human rights nti ye mpa mo mo sa asem we mfa na ka no asem we no mama ya na anu ya okoye bi ama ne ho akere no chief justice okojina nyina so
aden na mode saso because no JDM edem same memre ya ene ya ba beto dwai eno na JDM follow you eti aden na eno no de ya don ho so bo be bo de ono na washeda because so ono no obibi obeya aden na ka wanye na ye anyi yisi because JDM na kasa akra no your friend say yisi says you see there when make a public statement, but you said that in this forecast when Majuman so any or said you get your crack kind or back on them and said JDM will be BS and go yard.
Look,
it tells us the Chief Justice
McJerry.
Follow
the Chief Justice issue. Omujina so pamono. In summer, own pakro ojina so pamono say a baby a buyer na or was Supreme Court. And na asem bi ba na maame no na ete so edi asem no na maame no etiatia no e wo court anu nti enam se otiatia no court nti President Mahama onhwe no mpamo no mfiri ho. This is not different from nipa na ono so ye adwuma o isi ho ebire bi atwa mu ye suspending no no okoto na fie kire o saba ye na officer na respect awon no wanya bi wo no. What is the difference here? Obi ese atiatia no court. The petition say yam pamon maame because wa gu na nima say court. For jina so pamon no. Obi so say ya suspending no. Ya suspending no oba na nim onyama wo no ya eni hobio. Now what is the difference here? The thing is, let me tell you the reason why they couldn't have sacked this because I said they have no tangible reason to sack the bosses of EC, and the reason is that and I no say already abana enkoye edwemu for esu teacher for see now afi ba ko ni ntwi omoka and nurse for so omo tifie yentwi yemfa omo adwuma omo ayefo omo adwuma so yentwi omoka so that's it dollar mo see aba form yet enema bo kwa na ekosoro anu nti aban no ho ahehi dada aban no ni ho ahehi dada ese den nti all san akopam easy enei na international world any wiase nyina ya san akoso omumu atete omo se form. So the best decision was to, let it go because they have no reason. They have absolutely no reason to sack the EC boss.
Okay,
they have no reason.
Meda say need 100.9. Awalaba. Coco any EC the anytime the be man afini I share updates from Burkina to Tau. Do you see what injured persons, military etimido mababedu. Yes. Ben microphone you on na
utemenka maminchi oni atifu na minchi engineer. You see ye betena fidie so na ye kasa migidi se enye ye nko a na ye kasa ma ye ho mpem etie mo upload me video be online on my platform. Within 72 hours, me cohere now over 16,000 people. Now cohere that video. Sabi, me cancel more anymore. Ma feed the public wrongly. Because of the number of people who are listening to us, either live or later views. Intino, are very, very important. Say betanaha, we should and must be guided by the choice of words. I be sure. Engineer, we are caniba. To use the word Mahama ya. Mahama onye ya. Please. Oh, so we're repeating. Well, he's the president of the Republic of Ghana. And yet, me pacho, can I continue? Can I continue? Can I continue? Can I continue? How can I understand? How can I understand? But yeah, my year communications kakra some time ago. Oh please, Machine Bibi, I have found rhetorical appeals and phonology, tone, and nena what they can. It's very important. You said Mahamaya in a very condescending manner, and unta make sure you say. Be guided. To couple with that, Papa J, you are even guiding him. But one characteristic of him, MPP for Musubayano no, was saying na moa Mahama in the cabinet kotikiano Nyansan nim. He said it here. If I'm lying, Nyansan nim. So you describe Mahama and the whole cabinet. Say anamo mutu yano. Wamo Nyansan need your muya yenimu. Hey, you find a baby here. MPP for neka say. Nti ebusa omo say. Domestic death exchange program. Anamo mu 2 year ni santi. Ama Papa J me ne wayet ye maamenom. Yes wanom. ye nananom ye wafanom asebe mo som mo man no in diverse ways ekwa ahomegiem enne omutifie sebe ejina atoa nananom won siedo mampini kufuado ekofa o musika wo mo pacho so mampini e ka kire wo foto samfo ye o ma menuaba ya nne kokroma to ne sebe ne hwe mu o table chiri sa o se o magana biom say ye yen frim o se da me de mo beka ho domestic exchange program haircut pensioners one farmer omo engineer saw that as a wisdom in that decision but the same person is here nipa kro ya safo na ababetena edi atem wasi koko bo na sabe o mampani na pamfo kotna se o modwene ye adwento ato no kosi se yen twemra fom no sabe eyen kwase semma no on MPP fo wo mo de o mo ntiase ye ne santi Ghana fo nhwe bi mampani mahama wo bia ne enkyene mfa no nko akufa do krom nko boda sanduem adanya mampani mahama na bi de akufa do ade nti Papa J ye fa hin be pia dede e wo kro mu too much noise but nobody is asking the critical questions and even such critical questions ko yebusa the NPP our more rep engineer what hey they have refused to answer those questions. Papa J, I am pa. Sebra NDC Efra BEM 2016 na cocoa board. Our net equity was positive 1.4 billion Ghana cedis. Is it true? Has the MPP denied that?
You mean
Dr. Opuni?
20
yes, Dr. Opuni Frimpong. Every no kunyam as bano dania no oda cocoa board adwuma no dane to media ma MPP ya mo bedi mampeni eni abem 2017 as at 31st December 2016 na cocoa board omo net equity was 1.4 billion Ghana cedis me e pa kire ne se so wo ton cocoa board japade nyina na wo te omo ka free mu a obenya mfaso Ghana opepepem baako ene chire pon 9 Tasam MPP mo di ho achinya na mo ni ho achinye ebion asembisa an say enfie nwotwe achi ya MPP bedi ade na Hakman Usu Agyeman ya wo ye Council of Elders member Emma MPP ya no ye board chair Emma Ghana Cocoa board omo fie kunwa so no mo dan tumi biom sama o mampeni mahama ene NDC aban no e mfimpim aduonu mfimpim duonu
yeah ben abesok
that was mpim duonu right 2025
2025
na Cocoa board
aduonu
no mo deka negative equity of 3.8 billion. Have they denied that? Opepem ba ko chiri pon 9 ye mfa so no mo wo mfimpim dunsia en dunso mampeni mahama na ban hand over ama mampeni akufuaro na pamfo enfi wotwe achi the same Cocoa board aboka ya no oton moja pade nyina je se wo sa ton Cocoa board in fact enfa so mbesa nya biom wo mfie de yanim e ka no mo boy no ay opepem miensa en achi pon wotwe enfi wotwe achi Bram Kobo no omo deny na omo deny am passing Cocoa board ekoje bosia from African Development Bank 350 million US dollars. So omo dey rehabilitate cocoa farms na swallow shoe diseases aka omo I think it was 154,000 I think there are some 154,600 or so acres of land. Only 40,000 per and renovate here.
But the amoso mo Kenya.
But Sikano
and yes, some more can say. But some more can say that just will be a bomb. I
agree. See, and you have bugu binimuswa. I saw them a pejakane. Timami yin baba na member form. Where any TBMP are buying the Cocoa board. And yes, Sikan kono mu yusu yo. $350 million. Young Koji Africa Development Bank to treat sa cocoa trees now. Tree and so we hand over my farmers. No. Sikano, woman fan ye jumano. Sikano sua asa only 40,000 per no more treaty. The rest no afa himpa. Woman sa boura cocoa board for tumu. Eko yi 70 million Ghana cedis. And the board the same project. By the time of MPP Efra Bem, now cocoa board and they cut over 21 billion only on cocoa roads. All these issues, the MPP doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, no kwa. Woman can't check your force. Procurement kwa. Oma to bottle asumwa by the next 10 years. Said cocoa board and import to cocoa bottle. Near wo hompa omon claim report mpuno. The hono ombe yuswa.
But some say due to sana one more year.
That's a lie.
Say
if that is the convention, that's not true.
Years ahead, because yes, I will call it
fine. If this is years ahead, why do you buy over 10 years? Oh, the then. Okay, 3 years or 2 years are at least. Argument. Okay, unless they will explain. They have to explain, but they haven't denied that. So what bottom over 10 years at the atoho. Yeah, Oman claim. Please, can I continue? Can I continue? Stop that. Please, let me proceed. Papa J, this is the mess they cause.
Man, making a progress.
These are the mess. And yeah, no, they are also not telling the cocoa farmer. Say, 2022 to the 3 crop year. Or more, pre-sales. And that pre-sales no more, you know. It don't project it. Ghana will produce over 800,000 to 900,000 cocoa tons of cocoa, and no more ton over 760,000. Yeah, more rating 200 and that's the 260,000, 2,600 Ghana, $2,600 per ton, $2,600 per ton. And until to the 324 crop year. Yeah, cocoa price no echo na nim all the way to $10,000 no. And I think it could do $12,000. They could not even pay per exchange rate at that time. Papa J, we are tabulation now. Now one bag 90 million, 9,000 Ghana cedis. Looking at the spot price in the world market. But because of one pre-sale arrangement no more you know, the same argument engineer is pushing here. They were unable to pay the cocoa farmer. Yeah, and this is the argument they say. Divide the cocoa price into 3 for 2 more farmers, not for 1 for running the administration cocoa board. But Esani, when Monchishi born here no more year a baby tremunti, they could not, even after they have pre-sold or pre-sold.
Some forward sale, Nanya no makasa mo yeah. Nanka, this problem would have been solved. That is what
I am saying. Coming there. I am building a point. I'm coming there. Miba, yamutrama me. Papa J. When they did that, they could not supply 333,767 tons, or translate here over 5 million bags of cocoa. And they carry it forward. So when our boss, and now the president of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Finance Minister Dr. Kisila Atoforsen, Isaac Adongo, Haruna Idrisu, and all the NDC MPs in Parliament, and all the advocates of NDC executives and leadership, and pushing for 70%. Yeah, be translated into almost 6,100 Ghana cedis to the cocoa farmer. No more nimsa or sunubi eshe dampupu or say dampupo chuaho. I your friend of forward sales. Yeah, and which or mine roll over. We didn't know. These are the realities. Issues of raise your bedroom high in Ano. MPP haven't denied it. Almost all. Like he's saying here. Kawaseka abino ekobo Cote d'Ivoire farm man ye ni announce cocoa price Papa J da ben na President Mahama and now mampini kufu so brand oti abem announce cocoa price of Plaza House what be that
yanya sa na ye no
fine la Cote d'Ivoire arrangement no ko ye no Cote d'Ivoire break that arrangement Alassane Ouattara wanted to win elections and the new cocoa price no was not announced by the Cote d'Ivoire cocoa board like we have it in Ghana here. Omo agency responsible for the management of cocoa. And you woman omo announce here. It was Alassane Ouattara who did the announcement. at the presidential palace. Or the board could not even comply with it. Now, cocoa no, Papa J, a very sensitive industry. You know why? 2021-22 crop year. NPPM move cocoa pricing from 800 at the core 2,060 Ghana cedis, right? That period. What did he say? Over 5,000 tons of cocoa was shipped out of Ghana. What did he mean?
The reason
being that the farmer knew that you were cheating them. The cocoa price, no, Côte d'Ivoire, the end of Chenga. And then the MPP are buying engaged like Côte d'Ivoire, so they should agree on the uniform pricing model. The Côte d'Ivoire, across Rwanda, Ghana will cross border. Elibo, Enchi, and other places. You don't need enough struggle to send the cocoa out of the border. Omo de be cross. Likewise, Togo. Papa J, now as we speak, Côte d'Ivoire mpo omo nya tofo. Na at the Bonia MPP are buying here back on any. Or no come mismanagement. Do you understand mismanagement? You are an engineer. Maybe you are probably one year business management. So you are using the word politically and perhaps it understanding is not naturally to you. You are relating it and call President Mahama incompetence. But competence is better by when you saying. And then 88 MPs are going to parliament. You say anything mismanage the economy. Mahama was incompetent. 2016. We caught over 100 MPs nearly free abem. No more you are saying. Come and sit here and call us mismanagement, incompetence. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, your flag bearer. Psalm 23 verse 118 to 22. Whoa, flag bearer, I don't know. You said this, you don't read. You read. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia quotation of Koti, you know. Obine Choma and Aso Nwankasa na Kiro ye. There's one on Kiro there. Did he look to the Bible and refer before he go and read that ridiculous biblical passage? They keep making mockery of themselves. You see, they have not been able to provide alternative. Same people at me alternative. Papa J, baby, me Amalaba, I will join them and advocate for Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. Yes, I will call my boss Sami Jemfi to see and tell Sami, I am no longer with the NDC. I will join the NPP and campaign for Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. If NPP is able to give us a sensible, let me use their own words, alternative in relation to the situation in homes here, give us one. Postulations. Come on here and say, yeah, you did that, did it help you? Papa J, the cocoa price have declined completely in the world market. $12,000 per ton. Yeah, take it over there 7,000 and they do 3,000 or 4,020 or so dollars per ton in the world market. Which we purge ours around 7,000 and the exchange rate of I think 13 or 14 and the exchange rate about do 11 and 10 hovering around that region. Papa J, a dear President Mahama say was over 50,000 tons Ghana Cocoa Board through LBCs no, they should pay the farmers and government is adding $150 million in order to pay that 3,600 Ghana cedis per cocoa bag to the cocoa farmer. But the Omode Bano will reduce it because of downsizing now across the international market. Kwame Nkrumah foresaw this many years ago. I don't know see silos esitama. Also here, say do bribi. Now cocoa is a raw material. Yeah, it feed the chocolate industry in the colonial metropolis. Reduce the price now. You say be reduce. Yes, you keep your cocoa here. You find your share. Buy better. No action at all. But Kwame Nkrumah was criticized by the opposition then and their proponent, including World Bank and IMF. Agent Netia Okasei. Years later, President Mahama is not only looking at short-term solutions or long-term. The long-term solution is that there were a lot of cocoa processing companies in Ghana. I read no less than 10 of them. They can process our cocoa. Now, we collateralize the cocoa in order to raise that syndicated loan. Yen to cocoa ahead of time. Ghana buying back to cocoa through Yankasa processing companies to add value to it. In any case, you see a criteria Juma Maria or say, oh, Mabunu, engineer today, because the offer use Korea Juma, next for the bomb brown high. As even this secretary, you are in power for 8 years. Boy, you're dying. Papa Jane, see to me, I told you beings on the map process of Oklahoma. they can process it, make more money because of the added value, sell in the international market, and now will enable government of Ghana to raise more money and pay more to the cocoa farmers. Ye pobe beka farmers as more. Me ye one of them. Me Roma tada show me na kwatwa nko. Ma doko kwa se adanse grom saa besi ne. Me papa cocoa kwani oda so ka wo na kroma me na wo kase. Ye cocoa fu ho. Enti papa frame gusa me say Haruna cocoa asem a ye kan. Aban no never dey pa na ekoso. Na me kire mu kire na. Don't forget me want my kid brothers too. Omoko senior high school. They're in the house now with my father. Omoko fi omesaba. Some people busan kwala they can go online, Google and tell me, Papa, the well price of cocoa now and why you're buying the artiso. Mutran kan ha. Na mu Ghana for say, excuse me to use the word, obia enim yansa, mun kwa na munim yansa. Cocoa na yansa na mun kwa mutu na wo. Na mun tum futo du kwa fo nim. Na mun fi say Ghana for through that. 1 year down the lane, you have not had a single issue against the government. And you want to use the cocoa. The only message, go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Because the German we open some class now. I could afford a cover team some nasi. And some train for the BA like your good servant others. A bill because of and the online. Or be a town of phone board to me a video, the Bama Mom for her. I could afford the beef from a dancing. A Santa region say, O man penny, near 1 year for the last 1 year, you know, ye Judy. Then I'm aware number 2. Never boa my cocoa no akona ni mu a ye no uni hweka de che de ehwe ina no say cocoa no ebeko yie ne yamfa so ye bi hwe ma na ene abusuafo cocoa na hwe me ma ba bedru hai Papa J M4 de won betna ma fidie nim abu atopon mo dwenim ke kansa ma o mo akasa mo pe ma mo ho aba se de o mo akasa mo hia na mom kwani na o te kura asem papa o te da zo grom za no o mo nya sabiti pon koso fo se de o mo dwen no but men can come in P. Omampeni akase forensic audit and cost cocoa board. Not prosecution. So here the criminal investigation and set by Attorney General. My men can when Mampeni Mahama, Mr. President, if you are listening to me with all due respect, I will tell you this with all sincerity from my heart. One you know we do not fear. Ghana for Emma Wamo, on tamponting by the Atwa Wofi. Not because you didn't govern as a leader. Not because you did not provide the efficient leadership the Ghanaians need. In fact, you are the best among the lot in the Fourth Republic. But Ghanaians may come after you because you did not pay their adversaries, the New Patriotic Party and their assigned agent and cohort who ran the country down and brought us to this mess. Papa J, maybe a crown, one was a letter away.
Letter no.
From Cocoa Board.
No,
Omukoto keyboard. Computer keyboard. Oh. Computer keyboard wait this keyboard way what is the price wait a year 27th I think February 2024 when in the cost 45 million
4,500
45 million computer keyboard who chrono mo kobo ye e bi ni
why are you calling it chrono
Papa J computer keyboard the boy is saying computer keyboard the boy is saying na before better fidie nim no mo to na o mo to and some not abasa. That's okay. And I want to agree with Ransford Jampo. I am blaming the NDC appointees on Mokwa Bem. You think we have the capacity to solve the problem and indeed let bygones be bygone. Honorable Randiabe, Dr. Randiabe, Eja Gunichem, people are calling saying Yinedi. Boneben why? Because he's carrying the cross of the MPP sins. But Randiambe is one of the best appointees Mahama have appointed. I am not surprised that the challenges of the Cocoa Board now come to his laps. I have no doubt Randiambe will go to the mail, succeed, build a resilient Cocoa Board, leave it for posterity to come and say you go to Randiambe, whose father doesn't own a cocoa farm, who is not even a cocoa farm by himself as MPP are claiming, but he will be the one who will save the cocoa industry. Thank
you. Now, in fact, that so your time maybe now they can't.
1 minute. My boss, Minister for Government Communication, had the statement about Bonte. But just see, there is something we call prima facie. Prima facie means what? On the face of it, the evidence speaks for itself. Among for the petition, of course, Yenyi Jen Mensa and then the deputies be and a special prosecutor. as the law demands, Omampeni at the command, chief of staff, what they say, chief justice.
Or the command chief justice.
Yes. It is the chief justice who's supposed to establish the prima facie case against the individuals or the office holders so named. Now, and I'm on to be I recommend them Omampeni to one among. Chief Justice of Hishemunu, and some you know, so be any more bit now, a bit marginal and also. It are 2 Mampeni for say, 1 ye. And I don't know the dear Mampeni say 1 ye, sir, Mampeni for the infra bam. Look, I said it here and I'll repeat again. When Jen Mensa Samne Baya Niye Kano, there were preponderance of evidence emanating from judicial decisions where the Chief Justice herself was complicit to those acts. And until a very recommendation to go to Mampeni Mahama Hono, there was nothing anybody can do about it because once it has been established there, and somewhere they are told so Mampeni has nothing to do with it. And I said it. And you Mampeni Mahama na yin deal. Mampeni have sworn an oath within himself to uphold the laws of Ghana. While at the same time, what them running by the Ebe Juma. He said, Nano Abotia Mamma Mahama na yin di. I am not in a yidi. I Ghana for Juma idea man in the Jeffrey in some Yamahama because Chief Justice Tokonu no yet more in this head office. All
right, but that's it.
I want them to be bold enough and commend NDC and stop their hypocrisy, double standard, and this needless criticism, which is not good for nation building. Please give us a break.
Engineer, I'm out of you.
McJerry.
Yes.
You see, near is it Amaliba?
Amaliba Kingsley.
Amaliba Kingsley. Abetaha or Kano shows the uselessness of this government, and I'm saying this without compunction. You see, the government that was voted into power for more than 1 year now, almost 1.5 years now. Afena Abanye who said that there is a need for them to carry out forensic, investigation at Cocoa Board. This is part of the uselessness of this government. 1.5 years, I'm fed up by forensic investigation at Cocoa Board. It is never true. Say Alhaji, Alhazan, Watara, or no any the presidency, and now so cocoa price. In fact, we have all seen the letter issued by the CCC, that is the Coffee Cocoa Council, Ivory Coast. One more a letter, no matter about if you are saying say they have maintained the price of cocoa, irrespective of what is happening at the global market. So I say. And then the question that say NPP time, you trace it to horse say yenye cocoa bottle for 10 years. In fact, I didn't catch much. No. There's always a need to place an order.
Yeah.
At least 2-3 years ahead because at the end demand then was wrong. To one fan quantum, I feel like wouldn't be. Now saying because say cocoa catch be frame. Na all catch them say I did back up power person me can want some pan say munya cocoa bottle and fan to cocoa no. So and until almost mismanagement no I didn't know almost tiase. And this for almost tiase. And almost akotna bamu and almost yenema trokansa. And I'm repeating it say the decision taken by the cabinet of President JM was too hasty. They took a hasty decision to reduce the prices of cocoa in Ghana. It just said, already more than 4 months. Mato cocoa go. Muntimin Tiaka. Adaya Mosik international world. Cocoa bo. Ecofom. Cocoa na ikasen kamu mo hedge na munya ebua mo de kotono. Ma anya ne sa mo de tena ha hwe se cocoa bo no gwagodu baby na kama ton at once na kama nyesika bebre. Na nyame amana bua ka musimo no. Enti eye mo mismanagement. And no na akofa sa we yaba. Don't link it to anything in NPP. Don't mention NPP's name in this. Eye mo ya ba mamu 8 years. E ka be na da ho. Ya manage cocoa, they increase the price from about 400 or 500 to 3,300. 3,200 no mutimi machi. Send ye kwe jama mo. The bisi Canada. Adeɛ wei 2017 cocoa boy wiase nyinaa ɛkɔ fam. Etwa sɛ nka yɛte ne boɔ no so ɛwɔ Ghana. Yɛante so. Na yɛante so ne ɛkɔpɛ sika firi baabi na ɛde akushi wɔn mu a. Ɛwɔ mu a na ɛboɔ ne kɔɔ soro na ɛboɔ ne kɔɔ soro. Ɛba asaa ne nti no ɔma ama no ne no ɔma hu sɛ yɛ na ɛtwa cocoa no. Yɛantɔ ne ntam obi nso ba abɛtɔ. Ɔmo NDC foɔ tena hɔ ama amanɔnefoɔ no hu sɛ cocoa no egu Ghana bebree. Ɛyɛ chief executive ɛyɛ Randy up to now me hu de nti a mama mpam no. Ɛsɛ kwa pam no by now. Da. Ne nsɛm ɔkeka ayɛ ɛna akɔfɔ problem wɔ nyinaa ba. Because of his all can some no I propaganda tina na ɔte ne Metro TV propaganda na ɔyɛ na yɛ man appointment or benya CEO to be propaganda or can some no dia ginger the base of NDC. You're creating problem. If you're a CEO, it just ultimate to one America. On your CEO that means what manage any corporate organization be that. And yet na kwatna ha. Wano otiwe cocoa board. Oye CEO o kwa foma na okoto akonya na de si V8 mu akonya no krom goto yenkra no o man santete rubber na amfiri ho na mo de nante about 3-4 miles every akurase akotena cocoa mfimfi na o de akotena cocoa aboye ho na cocoa akonya mo no ani table fofra ya kata ho ne abebie so wo yawan ana wo betena na wo say cocoa market no emaye e o Ghana ye ko kan say o ye NDC ndi menka. So me the message say etwa say John Mahama otimi cooperating with the your partners na wo other countries, especially Ivory Coast. Asem we see, they should have cooperated with collaborated with Ivory Coast. Nanka omo atimi the price parity. And come back to omo ko kwa komanya adwen kakra adwen kwa no mo dey manage situation we. Oma nkodwene ho oma nwene ho anko ba bia omo ekotena ayi edem 4 hours ompie ba ya mo se bo na atete so sa na ye no etwa se nka omo dwene ho kwa akiri na nka omo pesika na omo de cushion farmers. Afin so the American say the government doesn't have the right, the authority, the powers to reduce the salaries of the ordinary workers at cocoa board. So person reduce almost salary or no for appointing woman see one two deputies they have, the government has a right to reduce their salary but almost there so about it almost salary so yeah every Ghanaian obi a oye adwuma ma ban bia etwase ye 10 salary so because Ghana ni bia benefit from cocoa. It shouldn't be only the workers at the cocoa board. Almost mismanagement, the ineptitude, incompetence of this government and a problem we have. They should be told. And this should be told. The government should be told. President Mama should be told. Randy Abe should have been sacked. The guy is totally and sublimely useless. He should have been sacked by now.
Jim, I'm sorry now use words be the man.
No, he's useless. He's totally useless.
These words, Obi you say the man if MPP never be no be.
And this now who defend me? And this women.
I'm not defending this.
Na say man can go for the banzo.
And is it here?
And say no man we go this
me one can one me ha I draw
me say me say what you're doing and I've given you the basis for why I think they're being useless.
The soon name for so or you say it's not as here. Using such
he's not good for the position. The guy is totally useless for the position he's occupying now.
Yes.
You see, I have a duty placed on me on any platform. Say, may protect the leadership of the government and the party NDC I represent. In fact, and the characteristic about Suya MPP for me, and the engineer etia dear temoa. I am so surprised. Sabi, Bibia wati the Dibia ewo MPP mu, and near war ewo krom ha. And the platform wati, and the man for a tea away. Regardless, on to New Kokoda. Please, can I proceed?
You just don't
know.
Now, when him so New Kokoda.
You don't know.
Minim boshu, minim the power started away from
you don't know. Me Papa Koko.
Papa Koko. Hey, listen, Daddy, come.
Kasa.
On New Kokoda. So what you no di Mahama and penny for them. Yati, Mokos when yatem. Began a foot yemo. So I can't campaign some journey a hunter way. Now the pa bemwaba. That's Woody Kramochia. Go with him. The dear temness are Bonabetter and the Abbey. We are useless. Hey, I ain't funny if I copy her. Randiabe is not the only journalist on your political appointment to Kuma. Muamu feel Kesimha. Chairman General. Come as a fakan. Mampine Kufu, the man board member GMPC. NDC never attacked him. There were a lot of issues that caused so. We didn't talk about it. Never mention any of them. You're attacking because Maham, in fact, I don't know. So Kwame Sefaka, MPP card bearing member. I have never heard of him in such manner. Dr. Randiabe, be a card bearing member of NDC. Likewise, Professor Jampo, be a card bearing member of the NDC. But in the wisdom of the president, so elected by the good people of Ghana, and the powers bestowed on him, he chooses who to work with. And the kind of tool that he wants to use to run the government. So Mampeni, I choose Randiabe as a tool to craft Cocoa Board for him. You can say, oh, I disagree with the leadership style of Randiabe because I think he should have done A, B, C, D. But to use the words, oh, you're useless, this is very harsh. And you owe Randiabe appointment on this apology on this platform. You owe him that apology. If you're a man of integrity, please do it. Do it before we sign out of here. We are MPP, you are my good brother. I will never allow NDC member to sit anywhere and call you useless. I will be the first to protest. I will be the first to protest. And I will not sit here and allow you to attack Dr. Randiabe without any justification, simply because he has decided to offer his services to Ghana and contribute to the social well-being and development of this country. You can't insult him in this manner. I don't believe someone could school a chair Dr. Randiabe. If anything, me used to say what Bobraso channel. And that's when you need a channel. Me yes, sir, engineer. I respect you. Though engineering, I can also see bridge. Nay, na nam so we you more ECG. But try cania cable so near be a tree and tidy with you. What jite yama yourself? That notwithstanding, a part of nation building. Stop the way, you know. Or say, or more fast car free baby boy go for. Uncle Bas can favor. But Papa J, interestingly, he's not telling you this truth. 2022-2023, when him say, I thought like Cocoa Board, I'm going to syndicated loan no bar. I'm going to be a friend of Cocoa Bills. Papa J, no Casa Human name come up.
Can one say, Matthew?
I'm going to be a friend of Cocoa Bills. Cocoa Bills and air bonds are more turned through the central bank. MPP eton Cocoa Bills amounted to 800. That's 8 billion Ghana cedis. Domestic debt exchange program is almost the Kahon. Cocoa Board also declared bankrupt. One more declared bankrupt until one month. One more pushy Kano. Edible 2 September and then 2025. Dr. Randiabe, he's sitting here calling useless. A balance I cannot be in a con. Doctor have to quickly make arrangement and pay the mess that they created. Like Dr. Casey Lotto Forsen. What you are 10 billion Ghana cedis and ra ya wode one money boba tuja. DDEPA mo ye no. Government is paying. We are clearing your mess. If you can be humble enough, for me, if people want to win power, anybody also more you should stop the grandstanding that they are. The grandstanding style, you should stop it and humble themselves. Ghana for any people so come ahead in you. Ghana for ye de boniche quickly. Bonia ye de chen say, minto mufu. I'm not advising you. Admit your mistakes. Who admit you now say bonifacha. Bia omo de bechemo. Na chenchen chenya mo gire die. Enyini emwa mo. Enye bia mo ka se for yi levi amba Ghana begu. Yi levi buy. Asame na si ye. Mahama buy we ye fi wo Ghana gu. Enwo si tax ye yin fi wo. VAT ye nti so. Mention the tax amo de buy ye. NDC have taken all of them, including the burden tax by a burden on the Ghanaian youth because you were unable to provide jobs for the teeming youth. which they were relying on bet to survive. And for you to humble yourself and speak rationally, you are grandstanding, smoking the mirror, and insulting people. When am they pay to me? Papa Jane, engineer and team deny waha. Say ye ka say ya cocoa board and say well cocoa price above from on team deny. On team deny. Say from $7,000 per ton. NDC Mahoko Kuyafono 70% as we promised in opposition. We did that. And even now, baby Ababejina and the president
okay. Let us say
90% because President Mahama say Yanko the consolidated fund or minus sika futuo kesinimu Ninko $150 million. Near Fambua Kukuya for Nientia Kokona or Maton. You have 50,000 tons. You have a price near the Mamo. What Cocoa Board is paying. You couldn't do that. PBC produced by company. I the Ghanaian owned company. You run it down. All the assets were liquidated under your government. Give us a break.
Thank you.
Now we pay return biom. MPP can never claim to be competent managers of the economy. In fact, Papa J, one of the greatest one of the greatest injustice political injustice ever committed against the people of Ghana was the claim that MPP is the better manager of the economy. They are managing better Okruma. You have nothing better. The better thing you had was as a result of the attitude and character of the NDC government.
Listening here, and no man better to the army Baba no one no. Come so to me. Hey, I say, hey, now Becca. Ya John to mommy and Saint Duku, Portomanto. This way chocolate drink. Nakan watch. Afibian Suberi New Arena. This way chocolate drink.